Hey, what's going on? Look, let's go on ahead and start with a commercial from a sponsor. Here we go. Radco Gun Lube, Radco CLP Gun Lube, Gun Oil. I had a chance to check this oil out. It's some very good oil. It's for cleaning, lubricating, and oil, short-term preservation of small and large caliber military weapons operating in temperature ranges from negative 51 degrees Celsius to 71 degrees. Yes. Now, those of you all who know, you've known I've used Break Free, Safariland, CLP. Well, I have switched. Okay. It's a cleaner, a lubricant, and a preservant. As a cleaner, it's formulated to keep small and large caliber weapons performing in the harshest conditions and exceeds the United States government CLP military specifications. It is mil spec. It's approved for use in extreme environments, including cold, salt, and dust. As a lubricant, it helps weapons perform continuously at maximum firing rate without incident, proven in extreme conditions with a firing rate of 650 rounds per minute with zero stoppages. And as a preservant, it is trusted by the United States military and approved by the United States government to keep their weapons battle ready. And as a military veteran, if it's good for us to use, I trust it. In fact, I went on the range with my students and we use it today. So I'm going to drop a YouTube video that's going to go into more detail as to our experience on there. But let Radco Lube CLP gun oil help protect your weapon. It's government qualified, manufactured and supplied by Radco Industries. They've been in business for over 50 years. Radco Industries has been supplying the United States military with critical application fluids since 2002, and their gun oil is being currently used in combat operations by the United States military. It's Department of Defense approved and Department of Defense qualified. Radco Lube. So, yes, I like their gun lube. You had to specify that. Okay. You definitely had to specify that. Also, we got John with Guardian Concepts. He's got a class coming up. So if you want to go on ahead and talk about that, here we go. Oh, I'll get to my book shortly. Here we go, John.
So how's everyone doing this evening? We have a class coming up, Lethal Encounters for Armed Offenders. If you were on the podcast or on the live broadcast last week, we had Todd Fossey on with us. For those that don't know, if you didn't get a chance, he's with Integrative Defense Strategies based out of Minnesota. And he is a world-class, just renowned instructor in regards to hand-to-hand combatives. His background is just intense in the martial arts world. And he built a whole paradigm based around the concealed carry holder, where it's close proximity, tactics for those that actually carry a gun. And it goes past it. Anyone that carries a gun. So whether it's security, law enforcement, concealed carry, this class could be extremely beneficial for them. We're going to be doing it down here in Kankakee. It is February 5th. It's a full day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We will be providing lunch there at the venue. We are hosting it at the Kankakee Area YMCA, which, if I remember it, is 1075 South Kennedy Avenue, which if you look at the flyer, when Mike has it up, you'll be able to get all that info. Course cost is $125. If you want to come with a friend, though, there's a special. So bring a friend and you both get $25 off each. So then it becomes $100 each. We do only have max 40 spots available. And we've already started having people sign up. I think I'm at 12 or 13 signed up already, with, I'd say, at least a handful more that are signing up in the next day or next couple of days. Everyone's just waiting for paychecks to roll in and all that good stuff. Everyone knows how that goes. But as far as the training itself, this is in-holster retention, out-of-holster retention, weapons-based clinch fighting, weapons-based wall work, obviously working in confined spaces, weapons-based impact weapons. Impact weapons is by statistics, is the most common used weapon in any attack. So being able to fend off those attacks is going to be crucial. You've heard us in here obviously talk probably a plethora of times in regards to training. The firearm is one tool on your belt. It's up to you guys to add more tools to that belt. Whether it be de-escalation, you know what I mean, the power of the mouthpiece that Mike likes to talk about so many times, or the ability where, you know what I mean, someone got in close to you and now it may not be the right time to pull your gun. And that's where this class comes into play. The ability to defend yourself within close quarters and get that dominant angle, make that transition, and when need be, in order to draw that firearm without it necessarily getting taken away from you. So again, jump on this class. You don't want to miss this class. I mean, again, Todd Fossey, he's a renowned instructor. If you get a chance, if you got questions, obviously reach out to us. Mike has obviously all the information up there. We'd love to have you guys out there. In fact, I believe Mike is going to be attending this class. Marquise is going to be attending this class. I think Markeen McDonald is going to be coming down for the class. Marcus Darby. So, I mean, you want to get to know us and obviously shake hands with us, come on out to the class, and you're going to see most of us in person. So, thanks a lot, Mike.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, don't forget, you definitely want to get in on this class. This class is going to be a very good class. And then we'll bring it up again also later on in the program. If you all are watching this, sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Also, I said I was going to do it before. Peace, Patah. What's going on? I said I was going to do it before. I'm going to drop the link, and then you all can come in live and ask your questions if you want to. You can come in live and ask your questions, whether it be about concealed carry, whatever it is about, you'll be able to ask your questions. So we're going to go ahead and drop the link for you all to be able to do this. Again, sharing is caring. If you guys can still hear this, if you guys can still see it, let's go ahead and get the likes up. Let's get those shares up, okay? Because every Thursday from 8 p.m. To about 10, we make sure that we go on ahead and go live on the various platforms and the various channels to make sure that we give you all great information regarding concealed carry, things of that nature. We are definitely in for a show tonight because we are definitely going to talk about a few things relative to that. So let's get the shares up. Let's get the likes up. I see it's about 26, 25 folks watching in the various platforms and things like that. Sharing is caring. Okay. What's going on, Mark? What's up, sir?
What's going on?
Brother Darkness. Nah, that's not him. That's it. What's up, man?
Nah, I'll be at the crib in about 20.
I'll say I seen his gray beard.
That's it. Gray beard.
Wow,
not gray
really?
Beard. So, yeah, not gray beard actual. That's
there's the glare of the glasses. There it is. Now he's getting in.
Really? That's what we on?
That's it. All right, so we're gonna talk about should new students, a student called me today, and she was like, her friend had said something to the effect of, or her friends had said something to the effect of, you should get your own firearm, you should get your FOID card, and then go to take a class. And then she was like, hey, what's going on, Andre? What's going on? Then there was another argument in that should I just gone ahead and take the class first before I get my FOID card, before I get my firearm and things of that nature. And there are different schools of thought. So I thought that was a very interesting question to pose to the panel. Should a person get their firearm owner's identification card in Illinois? Should they get a firearm and go to the range first before they come to a concealed carry class? Or should they go to a concealed carry class first before they even get those things? And I think I know where you guys are going, but go ahead.
I know for me personally, I create buyer's remorse when it comes to concealed carry classes.
Yeah.
So I tell people that if you don't have certain experience, like how to hold a gun properly and everything else, you, depending on the instructor you go to for concealed carry, that will be your lesson learned right there. Because in my opinion, maybe you should go to some basic classes to learn how to shoot before you take a concealed carry. But Some people don't want to do that, so I understand that school of thought of wanting to go to a concealed carry and try to knock everything out all at once. So for me, I say if you don't have one, don't get one until you go to a class.
Okay.
Yep. I'm fully in agreement with that. I mean, there's one section of my concealed class where I physically go over selecting a pistol. I mean, at the end of the day, gun shops is sales. Gun, you know what I mean? Gun, when you go to a gun shop, they're salesmen, so their job is there to sell you. And depending on the shop, you know what I mean, they may or may not, as bad as it sounds, have your best interest in heart.
Right.
So the ability to be able to correctly evaluate what type of pistol is meant for you is crucial, because I've had, you know what I mean, a girl come through a class once and she spent $600 and some odd dollars, you know what I mean, on a gun with a red dot and everything else, and that's because that's what the gun shop told her to get, and this is, you know what I mean, the most cost effective. And literally shooting the gun, and now mind you, I even shot the gun. Shooting the gun, I cut my thumbs open. I cut my thumb open shooting the gun. And because at first she was like, it's hurting, you know what I mean? Like, what am I doing wrong? And I'm like, all right, well, let me check it out. Sure enough, the gun she bought, and I'm not going to sit there and badmouth any manufacturers or anything of that sort, but the gun literally cut my hand.
Yeah.
And now she's stuck with a $600 paperweight.
Yep.
Because the gun is just like a car.
Yep, they depreciate as soon as you touch them.
The second you take it out of the shop, it's worth half, if not less, you know what I mean, of its value.
Shit, and that depends on the gun shop, because it's like literally your hand touched the gun, it depreciates.
Right.
Because some of them will tell you there's a restocking fee that costs about half as much as the damn gun. So, you know, that buyer's remorse is real. You know, I have nothing against the Tiffany colored guns and all the other stuff, but my opinion is this: if you want to go with the colorful guns, buy a reliable gun that's colorful.
Right.
You know, if you want a pretty and pink ass gun, make sure it's a gun that you're comfortable with, you know how to shoot it accurately, and let the paper tell you what gun to buy, not how it feels in your hands.
Right.
Because you can have a gun that feels like velvet in your hands, but you can't shoot it.
Right.
Yep.
But if you have a gun that feels like glass in your hands, but you hitting bullseyes, hey, a gunfight is 5 seconds. So
yeah, but I mean, as far as the class itself, you know what I mean? When I teach my concealed carry class, Illinois State wants it to be for the beginner person. That's what they designed that class based around. When you look at what we have to cover, you know what I mean? That's a basic pistol class kind of honed in with concealed carry. So, I mean, in my class, you know what I mean? You're going through all the pistol fundamentals. You're going through, obviously, the 4 rules for gun safety. You're going through stances. You're going through grips. In my class, you physically learn how to maintain your firearm. You know what I mean? Like, you have to break down your firearm. You have to bring a cleaning kit with you. And you physically learn how to tear down your gun, field strip it. You learn to clean and maintain it correctly, and then reassemble, and how to function check it. Which are all things that responsible gun owners should know.
Yep.
You know, here's this. No 16-hour class in a group setting is going to be enough. I could sit there and say it might be different in an individual. It's not going to be enough. But I will say a one-on-one 16-hour class can produce a hell of a lot more value than a group 16-hour concealed carry. But in both settings, one, it's not enough, because depending upon the dynamics of who you're actually teaching, you know, and what they actually know would cover what you actually have to go over, and then have to re-emphasize, and then extra stuff you can add on top of what you have to go over by law. So I think there's a difference between that. But I would tell you this, having trained a heck of a lot of people, just like I was explaining to this young lady, I said, you can go get your FOI card, you can go get your firearm. And then, you know, I have people who bring their guns to the class, you know, during the range, and they've never shot it. And then I think that's what you were talking about, the buyer's remorse, in essence, that when you get on the range and then you figure out that 9mm Glock 43 or your other little fire, and I'm picking on that one because it's a difference between, we dig on the Taurus, right? And it's a lot of felt recoil, even though it's a
depends on the Taurus. Depends on the Taurus.
You're right. But it's a double stack. So you've got a larger body, in essence, a wider body to dissipate the felt recoil versus the Glock 43, where it's very slim stack, slim line, and you're feeling all that felt recoil in your hand. And then you're like, ouch, I didn't know it was this, or it was hard to rack, or you got the Kimber, one of the smaller stack that's resembling a single action. It's not resembling, it is in fact one of the smaller single action 380s, but you're not taking into consideration the extra safeties on the outside, and the slide lock releases that get in the way of your ability to be able to under stress without cutting the fuck out of yourself, manipulating that slide lock and things like that. So there's a lot to go in. There's a lot that goes with getting a firearm before. And what if after you take the class, and then you take a class with an instructor like Marquise, John, Jacob, who's watching, myself, Todd, Brian, any great instructor, right? And we scare the fuck out of you. Like we really help you understand that it's not just carrying the gun. It's a lot more to it than just that. And then you're like, you know what? I don't even want to do this anymore. And that's the thing. I have had that happen where students have come to me and said, thank you for being you in the class. I don't even want to carry anymore. And it's not because of me per se, but it's because they didn't know that when you carry that gun and it's time to do that, you really got to do that shit. And it's a lot that comes with it. And then here you bought this gun. Now you got to find a way to sell it to somebody, or you hold it, but you don't even use it. And it's just so much of a waste of time. And so, I think that depending on who we're talking about and what you actually know, there are differences in whether or not you should get that gun, get that Floyd, take some type of class. Now, I am a huge proponent of taking a class before you take the concealed carry class. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not realistic.
No, well, what do you mean not realistic? Not realistic in terms of they're not going to do it, or?
Yeah, no.
So
he's referencing they're not going to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it's the cost efficiency. So, for example, with your class, I can see that because your classes are discounted greatly.
Yeah.
But if you try to take a beginner's class before my class, you already just lost I ain't gonna say you lost, but you already just spent about $400.
Well, what basic class are we talking here?
I would say, hell, a basic pistol class.
Well, you say you lost $400. A basic pistol class cost that much?
No, I'm talking about with my prices with the basic pistol class and a concealed carry class.
Well, here's what I mean. So what if in a basic pistol class, like, and I'm not talking like what some instructors do, where you got the basic pistol class and then you can add that 8 hours onto the 16. No, I'm talking about a basic pistol class and then you do the 16 hours, because I think that would that not make a better class? Like if you don't have to go through the nomenclature, like I could just cover it because the state says you got to, but you get what I'm saying.
So that's a yes, but that's a yes and no, because I would say this. Let's say you have a class of 10 students. All right, we'll go 10 is a magical number.
Yeah.
3 of them came to you because they said they were inexperienced and want to learn how to use the gun. Okay, right. So now you're going to take them to the shooting range and teach them how to grip the gun, load the gun, shoot the gun. Okay, so right. Now those 3 people did that. The other 7 decided not to. You can't skip over nothing now. No.
No. In this basic pistol class, there are no options. Like, I mean, and I guess it depends on how the instructor structures their course. There's no option. If you're taking this basic pistol class, you got to do all this, or I mean, you obviously don't get your money back. You wasted your money and your time, and no, you don't get to take my concealed carry class. I just think that which is good.
if you don't mind if you just don't mind customers walking away.
Yep,
If you don't mind, and again, what you're saying is gospel, but the thing is this: you're gonna lose more customers by saying you got to do this before you do that. But you're gonna lose customers, but not all of them would be good customers that you lose, because the good customers who understand their inequities will come to the basic pistol course, knowing that the next step is the concealed carry course.
And that concealed carry course they're going to get is a more richer experience because we've covered the base first, and so we can get in some more. So it's like a 24-hour course instead of just 16.
Correct, but that means now you're talking about a different course offering.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, I have a beginner's concealed carry course, and I teach the beginner's concealed carry course on these 3 days, and then you say I have a concealed carry course on these 2 days. So you see what I mean? Is that if you take away some of the stuff you would teach in the concealed carry course to teach the basic course, you're right. Now you got stuff you skipping over, but technically, no, you don't, because you didn't skip over it. You taught it. You taught it already. You didn't skip over anything. So you're talking like, yeah, if I taught this and then when we get to the class, I can skip over it. No, you can't. You already did it. So technically, you're just doing a 3-day course, which is the same thing you would have done in a 16-hour course. Because technically you wouldn't be skipping over anything because you taught it.
Yeah, but I don't skip over anything. It's just that, first of all, 16 hours isn't enough. And
well, we already know that, man. I mean, hell.
Yeah.
we came to that conclusion multiple times. They can go back and look at every video we've ever done, and they can see the magical words that we keep saying is that 16 hours is enough to get you fucking killed, man.
Yeah.
But we have to be realistic.
Right.
I would take it to the point of saying this: as long as you understand that the 16-hour course, and this is what I tell every instructor, explain to your students the 16-hour course is your segue into the training realm. Yeah. It's your segue. It's not a finite. It's not a destination. If you think concealed carry is a fucking destination, hang up, reset, and come back on this show. Because it's not a destination. It's a segue to more learning. And I think where we get stuck at no, you don't. I ain't gonna speak French. We don't get stuck on this. What I feel that other instructors get stuck on is that they stay in their 16-hour bubble and they don't tell people there's other training you can also do after the 16-hour training. Or if that instructor doesn't offer anything after that, they don't tell them.
Right.
Because they only want the money for them damn selves.
Yeah.
I tell students all the time, yo, go to other instructors, please. You're gonna learn from other instructors. I promote Mike. I promote John, Jacob Heimerschmitz. I do all them shits. All right. But the thing is that it's not reciprocal.
Right.
It's not reciprocal, and you can see it at these gun ranges. You can see it at these gun ranges. Hell, I just left the gun range, and I'm gonna tell you like this: I get eye rolls when they see my ladies dropping mags and reloading and shooting 2 to the body, 1 to the head, and your man is trying to teach you how to shoot, and he shoot like his ass Stevie Wonder. They trying to figure out why this woman can outshoot him. She went to a class. I went to a class.
I even had the same issue, well, a very similar issue with a range down here by me. And I won't name the range, but, I went in there at one point to talk to them about, putting promotional flyers and stuff in there. Well, we teach all this already. Oh, okay. So everything you teach is just gospel?
Exactly.
And no one else can learn from anyone else?
Yeah.
And I get it. It's a small business, and everyone's obviously fighting for a slice of the pie. But let's be realistic. Again, it's one of those, the more trained individuals are out there carrying a firearm, the safer society could be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me down here, that's why I'm trying to be a one-stop shop. You know what I mean? Yes, Guardian Concepts does firearms training, but we also host TEC certification classes. We also host hand-to-hand combatives classes. You know what I mean? if I need somebody that needs to go to a red dot class, I don't have a red dot class. Go talk to Marquise.
Marquise, yeah.
You know what I mean? Marquise runs a red dot class. Marquise is running an RSO course. Like Marquise seen the other day, I tagged a guy that was asking me about an RSO course. Marquise had his post up. I tagged the guy in it. Hey man, here's your RSO course.
Can't wait till we go back outside because I know Marquise gonna have, John's got courses, Marquise got courses. It's definitely going down for real.
Like I'm big. I've been developing my curriculum for defensive vehicle. I'm bringing out vehicles. We're physically shooting.
Yeah, man. Hey, and Jacob even said it too. Too many instructors don't have real world experience. An instructor course does not necessarily suddenly mean a subject matter expert. It takes years of experience and too many PowerPoint presenters out there. But I will sit there and say this too, though. Jacob is exactly correct. But there are instructors who don't have the real world experience, but who get the training from those who do have real world experience. And so they get, I would say, a tweak less than operational experience to the point where when they teach it to the point where it's understandable, it's relatable, they know it, they get it, they know how to relate it. Huh? Oh, he'll be back. Yeah. They know how to relate, they know how to teach the stuff, and the problem is I don't want to say the specific company, and I'm not going to do that, but the thing is that I remember a time when to be an instructor, you actually had to either be like, I don't want to say in the service, right? But you were either military law enforcement or a proven gun enthusiast who had a knowledge and skill and ability commensurate with someone who was going to teach beyond the curriculum before you even sat for the basic instructor course. Now they got people out here teaching who do lashes, asses, grasses, weeds, CDB oils. They write a couple of books and they're a concealed carry instructor. And it's like, and I see it's like Company A, and I would just say Company A because it was a difference between, matter of fact, we'll call that Company B. When Company A that had been in existence, that is responsible, that has a heavy to a lobbying presence, you see what I'm saying? And they, to find a basic pistol course, you might have seen it like once a quarter. And you had to drive someplace to be able to get it. And that instructor was like, they asked you questions. That career, not career counselor, I'm thinking military, that training counselor asked you questions and kind of grilled you to see what kind of person you were before you, came up on scene and tried to take that class. And, if you were black, you went someplace where there were white folks. And so you had that extra, I don't want to call it pressure, right? But you really need to be a part of the gun culture. So you felt like you were being rightfully, you had to come correct. You see what I'm saying? And so, people would go on to be, a basic pistol instructor, and they would have other rates and other things, and it was a structure to it. And at first I didn't understand until Company B came on the scene, and everybody in their motherfucking mama is now a concealed carry instructor. And it's like, all right, cool, fine, whatever, it's capitalism. I understand, I get it, but then what the fuck? It's like, And so what you're doing is you're tainting the water with urine-soaked pee-pee guys and gals, and now you got to put more chlorine in that shit to make it strong enough for them to get the fuck out, so that way those who can stand the shit can stand the shit. And so that's part of the problem. And so that's why we got to sit here and continuously tell folks, like, cool, if you're going to be an instructor under Company B or Company A, whatever the fuck it is, that's fine. Get a mentor. Like, really get out there. And you know what? Jacob is 1,000% correct. But the fact is, you got a lot of law enforcement instructors who have no operational experience. But guess what? They've been to enough classes. They've talked to guys who've been in gun battles. They go to the trainings. They join shit like Ilita. They sit there and they talk to Masad Ayub and attend his classes and stuff like that. They talk to people who get it And these instructors aren't just telling you shit. They're demonstrating, you know, they're putting on things that scare the fuck out of you damn near to the point where you get it. You ain't been deployed, but they get you close enough to the point where you really get the understanding of it, to the point where not only can you teach it, but you can teach it where it's relatable and it makes muster. And, you know, it's just crazy when you got instructors who, like I said, do lashes, asses, CDB oils, you know, edibles, candy pops, coffee shops, and concealed carry. It's like, what the fuck is
what's your lane?
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and we do COVID testing too. Like, bitch, look. Like, when are you gonna be the master of, because you know this is life or death here. Like, you're really Mary Kay. Jacob ain't shit. Jacob, are you ready to come on? I'll send you a link. I'm sorry, I just thought you might have going through some shit. Shouts out to Jacob.
Hey, you forgot Avon.
Oh yeah, Avon too. Oh, and get the hookah oils.
And Scentsy.
Yeah, Scentsy and all kind of Pampered Chef and shit. What?
And Tupperware.
Bearded Brothers Incorporated, rapid and PCR test. I'm just saying, y'all get it right.
Right. But here's the thing, and this is what I will always say. We've always heard that term, jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the only problem with that is that no one ever says a complete quote. All right. True. Which is jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Which I can deal with that, better than a master of one. But like you just said, I'm not going to come to you if I go to your page and it's like you selling ass, not a class. I'm not going to come to you when you like, yo, listen, class is here, but my girl going to be selling essential oils over there and some of the fucking lashes over here.
CMOS.
And my homeboy going to be selling beard implants over there. You know, it becomes so fucking convoluted. Like, you know, and like, for example, John is Guardian Concepts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mike, I forget the name of yours because I always see
Security Training Concepts.
Security Training Concepts. Okay. So Mike is Security Training Concepts. John is Guardian Concepts. I'm P6.
Jacob,
when you look for us, you're going to see a company that we represent. We ain't Mike Instructor,
right?
Marquise Instructor, John Instructor. No, that's not what we represent. We represent a company and a brand,
right?
Because I can go to Joe Schmo, you know. Again, even and I'm gonna give this tip to all you guys. All right. If you are an instructor, and credit checks, hell yeah. If you're an instructor, I'm gonna tell you like this: you want to step your A game up, stop fucking with a Gmail account. Get your name at yourbusiness.com.net.org, whatever it is. Stop Gmailing that shit. Right? You want me to take you seriously? Take yourself seriously. You want to be considered a serious instructor? Let me believe in you by you showing me how much you believe in you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So don't do this fly-by-night bullshit. All right? If you want to take this seriously, like we said, get the mentor.
Right.
Get the people who've been around the block already. We've done this shit. We never once told y'all, hey, man, you know what? Go become an instructor. You're on your own. Figure this shit out. No. We wore the shoes. We got the door shut in our face here and there. Boy. We got ripped off on certain classroom prices and stuff like that. We've been there. We done that.
Yes.
Let us help you and let your ego hit you with a good Lord split you. All right? Again, we're not saying, yo, you suck at life. We're not saying that. I'm saying that if you are an instructor and you need assistance, reach out to other instructors. Do not go at this shit alone. Don't do it. Because you're going to have us talking shit behind your back, not live.
Oh, I'm telling you. Oh my God. And
because we don't believe in downtrodden on the instructors on public because we can't.
Yeah.
It shows us.
No, we have too much integrity for that. There's a difference.
Exactly. I'll pull your ass to the side and have a conversation with you. That's what I would do.
But the thing is,
reprimand in private, praise in public, baby.
But the thing is, when you get that conversation, people have to understand that haters or I'll say naysayers. Haters sound like such a elementary high school word. Naysayers and constructive critics both sound the same when you hear them at first. And it's like, you got to be careful, especially if you're an instructor worth your weight. And even if you're an instructor that has potential, because sometimes you could have another instructor who sees you and they say something that pierces you and you want to respond instead of just pulling back and asking, what is it that you see about me where I need to change, or how can I fix this to make this better? What's going on, Instructor Key? How can I fix it to make you did make it? How can I fix this to make this better? And then the constructive critic will have plenty of things to add on top of that. And you will find that the person who you thought was a naysayer or a hater is actually someone who can add value to you because they see what you're doing wrong and they don't like what you're doing wrong. They don't have an issue with you. They just have an issue with that thing that you're doing. And so this is why it's an important, like Marquis said, John, Jacob, Brian, Todd, anybody who's been on here, Key, Angela, when she does come on, Katie, get a mentor. Get a mentor. Get a mentor. Okay. Please make sure you get a mentor. Yeah, I saw the Mr. Balls. Mike, let me get that shout out. Mr. Balls, I'm going to give you that shout out, but you got to come. He's trying to do some humorous stuff, and it was humorous at first when I saw it. He didn't see that I put the comment on the screen as soon as he said it. That was your shout out, but I'm going to give you that shout out.
Oh,
you got to maybe know who the guy is, but thank you for being here. But add to the conversation besides that, because
I thought he was an instructor and that you knew or something.
I don't know.
Trolls always help views.
He couldn't be an instructor because my name is Instructor Balls. You know how many? Yes, I'll send you the invite, Jacob. Absolutely, absolutely. Y'all go ahead, because you know what? Here's some other things we're going to talk about too. Commander Brown. Now, here's this with Dust. Detroit Urban Survival Training. Here we go. Out of trash is a treasure. And I'm going to show you because I watched that whole video from Colion Noir.
Right? Bad.
He had a good thing that he actually had to say. And I got that next up. We're going to talk about
he didn't jump on no, he wasn't no jumper though, right?
Hell no. What?
You know how he said that he was
trooper, 82nd Airborne.
Right. That's not true.
But he was in the unit, probably. I seen his picture.
I'm more worried about crust. I'm not worried about dust right now.
Oh, Chicago Resistance Urban Survival Training. Y'all about to. All right, here we go. Marquise, got to give you your roses because you said something last time when we were talking about shoot to motivate to modify your deadly threat. You actually said something. And when y'all gone ahead and talk or whatever, I forgot what it was, but you were actually saying something that was right, and I didn't hear it. I just was so caught up in what I was saying, I missed it. It went in one ear and out the other, and I had to go back and watch the video, and I was like, "Damn it, he was right!" Because we were saying the same thing. No, what it was you was like, "What if I don't pull the trigger? What if I just pull my gun?" And then motivate him to modify his deadly behavior. And I was like, what does that have to do with it? And I'm like, no, he's right. Fuck. And so, I just had to say, that is true. That is true because it's not just to shoot to motivate them to modify their deadly threat, because the shooting is the last thing that you would ever want to do. You actually want to act to motivate them.
Right.
To modify
so my actions were used to motivate.
Yes.
So we're getting rid of the word shoot.
No,
we're getting rid of the words point the gun.
Okay.
My actions were used to motivate XYZ from doing XYZ.
Okay. Okay.
So that way we don't even use gun, shoot, weapon, threat. We're not using none of it.
So I acted to motivate them to modify their deadly behavior.
Yep.
See what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. That's why I said you got to get a mentor. All of us help each other. So now you don't say shoot, you don't say stop. Act to motivate them to modify their deadly behavior.
Because what's my favorite weapon?
Your brain. Oh shit.
No,
Yes,
that's the number one weapon. But what's my favorite?
Yours is the knife.
The knife.
Right.
So imagine me trying to say I cut to motivate the person.
That's not bad.
No. I sliced and diced to motivate the person. I chopped sueyed to motivate the person. No, Jacob, my actions.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to send you this link, Jacob, so you can come on. So also one of the other things that I wanted to talk about was, besides the threat discernment training, new guns, if you tried any or anything like that, and then just because you've seen it on TV or in the news, should you do it? Should you do it? Those of you all who are watching, do me a favor. Would it be too much trouble if you get the likes up? Would it be too much trouble if you throw the emojis out there, the hearts, the likes, the shares, so we can have an even more robust conversation? And I'm going to drop the link again. So if you want to come in live to ask your questions, you can do that. Okay. I will see you and how you look in the backstage. So don't come with.
Hey, William Nunez is clowning a little bit.
He said you all lied. Somebody's post to get keys some Miracle Grow.
Oh
his
man.
beard.
Oh man. Oh man.
Come on, Jacob. Let me send this to
Hey, wait.
Yeah,
wait. Hey, Mike and John, did you get the video I sent y'all about the beard?
Yeah, I seen that. Oh my God.
He had the nerve to send it to me too.
You was the reason why I sent it.
Absolutely.
I sent you the link.
You're the whole reason why I got sent.
Hell yeah. So like we get us some beard fronts.
Oh, if y'all got any questions, I'm gonna throw the link up on the screen, and then you all can come in.
Who is brave enough to jump onto this board and ask your questions?
Please, hey,
let's do it.
I just put it up there. It's on Facebook.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just asking who's brave enough.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. It's on YouTube, and I'll post it a few times in the comments
I can share it too.
that you all could, so that you all, if you got your questions, you want to come in and ask those questions, you're more than welcome. JFB, what's going on? Brian Harris, Crust, Chicago Resistance, Urban Survival Training. You know it's going down. It is going down. Or you can ask your questions in the comments. But until you guys throw your questions out there, come on in the backstage.
I'm gonna is that real? Is that really real? Crust is real.
Oh, Crust, that's me. I'm about to do Dust Chicago style. Chicago Resistance Urban Survival Training. Yes.
It's a movie.
Chicago Resistance Urban Survival Training. So are you carrying the SIG more than the Glock now, or what? Yes, I am carrying the SIG more than the Glock. I carry the 6-hour P320 X Compact, and I took the red dot off of it. Yeah. I took the red dot off of it. I'm
still running a red dot.
Yeah, I love my irons. I'm not gonna lie. Man. The red dot is cool, but I love my irons. I'm so
again, I'm telling you, just have a separate gun with the red dot.
Okay.
Run that gun specifically for red dot.
Okay.
And it's going to just improve your overall shooting.
Okay.
That's what I do. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, like I got my Glock 40. My Christmas present with my Glock 48 MOS with a red dot, and then I still obviously have my tried and true, 19.
Right. Yeah. So my red dot is a Glock 34.
Okay.
So that's my dedicated red dot gun, and I train with that one, but I draw all the time the specific way, so it doesn't make a difference if I have a red dot or my irons, because I try to draw the same way all the time, every time.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, sorry guys, can't afford that. I run my high point every day.
You a high point. You a high point lie. We see your gun.
You can carry your high point. All you're using the high point as a bludgeon object. I mean, that's about what it's worth.
You
can beat somebody with that.
I plan on getting
you
this
can
in off
beat the
for an
hell out of
optic
someone.
cut.
And you can melt it real quick.
Yeah, that's the point.
You can melt it real quick.
I'm getting it cut for RMR, so I'm gonna get it cut for it. It's gonna be my every day.
It's like it never happened.
All right. Well, I want to see it.
Bet. Say no more.
It'll
be the best gun you've ever seen. You'll ask me for 5.
Oh, I'll look at it.
we good. Okay, so she loves the 365.
And then I'm going to show everyone what not to do.
So did you,
not to waste your money on.
Did you shoot the 365 a lot, or did you just like it because of the looks?
Yeah, I love the 365.
I like the Tamika, man.
I know. I'm saying me personally, I love the 365.
XL.
Well, that's XL. It. No, I do like the XL. The XL, I'm not a big fan of the regular. I'm a fan of the XL.
I can't do little guns. I'll shoot it life or death. I just can't. Little guns and me don't get along. They cut my hand in some way, shape, or form. So I give up.
I said the same thing about the regular until I got the XL in my hand. The XL really is not terrible.
Nah, bro. I don't get no damn. Can't do it. I can't do it.
He said, is it the trigger or the grip angle? The trigger on the 365 XL.
How you know you love it?
It's got that flat trigger with the 45 to 90 break.
She might like how it looks, but you know what?
I haven't shot it yet.
Okay, so wait, Tamika, are you located in Illinois?
She said she likes it. Yeah, I think she took my concealed carry class.
Do you have a 365 she can use?
I do not, but they got one I might buy one.
I got one. I don't have the XL. So Tamika, if you're interested, I'll let you shoot the 365 and you can just meet me at the range and go shoot it. Because the thing is this, I see how you saying you like the way it looks and you love it. Those are strong words for something you never touched.
Exactly.
Oh,
so those are really strong words. So I'm down for you coming out to come shoot it if you're interested.
Please do, Tamika. Please do. Yes.
Yeah. I have one. I have the top 4 concealed carry guns.
I'll say you got the top 4.
Yeah, I got the top 4.
I see Kyle in the back. Kyle is coming up on stage. That's what I said, y'all. If you guys want to ask questions, Tamika said, okay. If you guys want to ask questions, let's go. What's going on, Kyle?
Hello, Kyle.
Hello. How's everyone doing tonight?
What's going on, sir?
Good.
Doing good.
Well, sir, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Before you start, do you rep any gang sets?
Crust all day, every day.
There we go. Yeah.
Y'all are something else.
You gotta be crusty, baby. Gotta be crusty.
Yes. So my question involves changing the trigger on your carry gun. Or should you stick with the stock trigger and just learn how to train with that professionally?
Are we talking look, feel, or pounds?
Feel and pounds, such as switching out a stock trigger for something like an Apex because it has a flatter surface and gives you a better pull.
So the difference is this: I don't change trigger weights on my carry guns. I'll change the look, I'll change the feel, but I won't change the weight. For me, in my personal opinion, I don't want anyone to ever think I have a hair trigger if I have to shoot someone.
Fair.
I do the opposite.
Yeah, same. I swap out for poundage. It's a lot to me as far as pull. It's a lot more comfortable for me.
I go as far as I mean, you can articulate it again, and you got to be able to articulate it. Not saying Marquise can't, but again, articulate the fact of is that if I have a lower poundage trigger, then in a stressful situation, if you know anything about fight or flight, you know what I mean, and what happens to you. When you get that chemical cocktail dump and then the next thing that happens is performance degradation, when you got that heavy trigger and if you haven't trained as much as you should have, and realistically, you take less chance of missing your shots because of the weight of the trigger and because you were inadequately training yourself, you would take less chances of misses and obviously causing more liabilities than what need to be.
Okay, but what's your definition of heavy then?
Hard wall.
I'm not saying that, but see, I'm saying it's stock trigger. So like Glock's stock trigger is 5 to 5.5 pounds. Okay,
Right, that's
which
not
by
heavy.
our standards, by our standards, is not heavy. You know what I mean? A double action revolver, you know what I mean, with a 10-pound trigger. Okay, that's a heavy trigger.
Right.
But when you get into that oh shit situation and you're not used to using the 5.5-pound trigger, and all of a sudden you're firing off, you know what I mean, 10 rounds consecutively, rapidly, and you haven't trained that way, because most indoor ranges don't allow that because of liability issues. They gave you a training scar, so now you're adding in the weight of the trigger along with bad mechanics because you didn't train correctly or enough, and now you're, again, there's half a dozen one, you know what I mean, a dozen one, half dozen in the other.
Right.
That's my thought process. You know what I mean?
Right. But see, and also the reason why I'm saying it is because these three gentlemen all carry striker fires.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm the only one of us of the four that carries a hammered fire gun.
For now.
Yes.
So for me, I carry a hammered fire gun. So my double action trigger is lighter in double action. But my first shot is still a double action trigger pull. And that's for liability reasons because of the line of work I'm in. So with me protecting people, I can't be blamed and say, well, he had a hair trigger. So he had a 2-pound trigger, and that's the reason why he shot instead of waiting to see if that was really a threat. If you get the right attorney who actually tests out your gun to see what changes you've made to it, it can be a liability in court. If you have the right attorney who goes through your gun. Hell,
well, and then it could be a liability, but you can also, again, you can flip that by articulating.
I understand articulation, but I'll take even one step further. If your gun came with the manual, tick mark a page on that gun. Tick mark a page on that book, like in the cleaning section. Because even if the right attorney was like, yo, did you even read the manual on your gun? Just tick mark that. So again, it's all, like I said, I'm always thinking about the court of law. Am I going to meet the right attorney who's going to look at the stuff that other attorneys kind of just don't look at?
Oh, and I thought about it the same way. Did I know in my head, is there a good possibility someone's going to try and obviously use it against me? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Any type of prosecutor is going to do whatever they can in order to prosecute the case. But as we talked about with the myelination and training myself in my head, you know what I mean? As long as I can articulate in my words why I made the changes that I did, and the situation is justified, then you have no basis to prosecute me. Then you're going to lose. You know what I mean? If the situation becomes justified, and the only thing you're going to try and get me on is the weight of the weight of the trigger that I changed it to. Well, guess what? I changed it so that way I can be more effective if need be, and mitigate any additional losses. Because I don't want it on my conscience if I happen to overshoot and, you know what I mean, kill a kid. I don't want it in my conscience if I had to, you know what I mean, shoot, and because I got performance degradation, I missed, and you know what I mean, it hit an infant through a window.
Who the hell got in the private chat?
Don't worry about the private chat. I've changed the settings now, so we're good. Yeah, keep going.
That was the drunkest stuff I've ever seen.
Dude, I'm about to go through the screen like the Matrix.
No, I've changed the settings where people got to authenticate now. So yeah, it's fine. Whoever this person was, it's got to be a bot. They've changed so many different names and stuff like that. So yeah, I've just been ignoring them. So yeah, let's keep going, guys.
Well, if anything, they talk about Jacob and John. So I mean,
that's what I read.
That's what I heard.
What? If you go off the name, I'm just saying, off the name.
By all means, come by and say hi.
But either way, we love you too.
Right, yeah.
Great.
I mean, I'm going to tell them flat out, by all means, come by and say hi to me directly. I would love to
come
have
on down.
Just a casual conversation.
I just asked that you invite me so I can help get rid of the body. So anyway,
we don't talk about that. I'm just having a conversation. We're going to articulate in our words, you know what I mean, what it is that we like to talk about.
Right. By putting them in shallow ditches.
It's the YouTube crew. Now all we need is Megan. Megan missed the live.
Oh no.
Yeah. But hey guys, if you guys are watching this, yeah, let's go on ahead and get the likes up, please. Would that be too much trouble? Make sure that you're sharing it. I love the SIG 320 trigger. I ain't gonna lie. Don't get me wrong. I love my Glock pistol, but I love when I took Marquise's class, I had the Glock 19 Gen 4, but I love the SIG 320's trigger. Very low reset, flat trigger, stock, the X compact. I love it.
I only like the X series.
Yeah, the X
I'm telling you, SIG did they thing when it came to that gun, man, with the 320s.
Yeah.
Well, let me phrase that. They did their thing with the 320s after the recall.
Yes.
Before and after. Like once the recall came, they were like,
no, not before. They fucked up before. We're gonna say after.
Yeah.
It was out before.
Huh?
The X5 was out before the recall.
The 320?
Yeah, X5. The X5 Legion was out. The entire Legion
the
series
whole 320 series was recalled.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole 320.
We talking about? Are we talking about from when they got the contract, when they started putting all the cheap parts in?
No, we're talking about day one's 320s.
Oh,
day one 320 prior contract. Day one 320 had that one issue that they recalled and fixed for everybody.
The fat grip.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what kind of don't show the whole thing. That's right. You know,
I'm not. Just
YouTube will do its thing. Yeah.
Right. It's a part.
Yeah, YouTube will do its thing if you show the whole, just like this. Look, matter of fact.
Hello.
Small subsections.
Like, hold on.
Is that a write-on?
What's that?
Hold on, keep it right there.
It's an eyeball.
Keep it. I'm trying to squeeze the trigger, man. It's not working. Hold on.
No, definitely not doing that shit. YouTube would kill the
write-on optic.
Ooh, we'll talk about the Shield EZ, but
I'm actually a huge fan of
the Shield EZ. I got Shield. Let's do
some of the questions.
You
gonna go through some of the questions?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through some of the questions. Let's do a little commercial break real quick because Radco has been a great sponsor. So I'm gonna go on ahead and just promote them. You know, I used to use a lot of break-free CLP. Yeah, I used to use a lot of break-free CLP from Safariland, but I got a chance to check out Radco gun lube, the CLP gun oil, the 3-in-1 cleaner and preservative. And you know, Radco lube is for cleaning, lubricant, and the short-term preservation of small, large caliber military weapons operating in a variety of temperatures. As a cleaner, it's formulated to keep small and large caliber weapons performing in the harshest conditions. It exceeds the United States government CLP military specifications. It is mil-spec, okay? And it's approved for use in extreme environments, including cold, salt, and dust. And as a lubricant, it helps weapons perform continuously at maximum firing rate without incident, proven in extreme conditions with a fire rate of 650 rounds a minute with 0 stoppages. And as a preservative, is trusted by the United States military and approved by the United States government to keep their weapons battle ready. Let Radco's lube CLP gun oil protect your weapon. Government qualified, manufactured, and supplied by Radco Industries, a company that's been in business for over 50 years and has been supplying the United States military with critical application fluids since 2002. Radco gun lube. I had a chance of you said, but is it thick though? Is it thick though? It's not. Is it thick though?
Damn, Mike.
So I'm with you.
What happened?
So I guess I'm about to wait till we offline before I say something about CLP then.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting all big time, getting all fancy now with sponsors and commercial breaks and all this kind of shit on the show.
Yeah. So I'll wait till we
Marquise, hold off, man.
Before I say anything about CLP.
Marquise.
Huh?
Hold off, Marquise. Hold off, Marquise.
You know
that's what I said. I'll wait till we offline.
But I had a chance to use it today, and I shot a lot of rounds through the SIG with it.
We'll talk offline.
It performs well. I said, yeah, we're gonna talk offline because you know I'm not one to pull punches. So let's talk offline. Yes.
You the knife hand. You getting the nice.
We will talk offline because you just did a full commercial. So I can't say nothing negative because you said a full commercial.
I did say a full commercial.
So I can't say nothing negative right now.
Serious minds. What's going on? What's going on, sir? How are you? All right, you said gun oil. Any suggestion for good carry belts? Hey, push Brian stuff. Go.
Yeah, EDC Belco, Brian Eastridge, based out of Oklahoma. EDC Belco. I actually own one. That's actually a phenomenal belt. Very casual looking. It's not your normal tactical, you know what I mean, style. You can wear it everyday clothes, but that thing is sturdy as hell. It will withstand, and it's American made. So there's number one. And that's obviously supporting, you know what I mean, a local or another speaker that comes up on this platform and talks with everyone.
What kind of material is it?
Strong.
It is a nylon base. They make nylon, and if I remember right, leather.
Okay.
Speaking of strong nylon, Vagisil.
Oh.
I have an Alien Gear. My belt is from Alien Gear, and I was kind of skeptical at first, but it's a really good belt. And like John said, it's very discreet. It doesn't look all tactical. You know, I'm not trying to go out there look like a Green Beret or a SWAT team or anything. It's just a belt. It's just an old fat white guy version of a fucking belt. That's all it does. But it's really strong, really sturdy. And I've had mine for probably 5 years now. Alien Gear, and it works really good. It's very thick, solid, sturdy belt.
Yeah.
So for me, I would just say it depends on how you dress. Are you
Yes.
a jeans guy,
Right.
a tactical dresser? Are you a guy who wears a suit and things like that? So, for example, when I'm doing executive protection work, I'm usually wearing a Core tactical gun belt. I love a Core because their belt is very sturdy. It has a very professional looking buckle. Very professional looking buckle. So I wear that when I'm on duty or wearing a nice pair of jeans. Now, my tactical stuff, I have a 511 belt. I think it's called the Maverick. It has a Cobra clip that actually clips together and is very sturdy and stuff like that. So those are the two belts I jump between based on how I'm dressed.
My belts are mostly from Blue Alpha Gear. I run the low profiles. Pretty easy. They come with Velcro for the lazier people like me. I don't tend to like belt buckles as much as I should. So I do have another one from Blue Alpha that is also a low profile with a Cobra buckle as well. Both super sturdy belts. So it's really up to you which one you would want to choose from.
Right.
I really think any kind of a concealed carry belt, any belt that is dedicated to concealed carry is going to be better than any belt you buy off the shelf somewhere else at the store. You know
no
what I mean?
Wrangler Walmart belts.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't go to Old Navy or Macy's looking for a belt for concealed carry.
Right, and it depends on, again, because you have to understand that, and then I will say this, and again, I'll leave it to the panel after this, is that what people don't know is that 70% of your concealed carry is your belt.
Exactly.
Because your belt now has a new responsibility of holding your gun, your holster, and your pants.
Yep. Spare mags, flashlight, whatever, all the other stuff. Yep.
The last thing you want to do is walk around doing the
sag,
pulling your pants up every 30 seconds.
Pull them up. Yep.
So make sure it's sturdy. Make sure it's not a Sunday school belt. And if you're carrying a gun that's heavy, again, have the sense to have a belt that's sturdy to hold it.
And that's the biggest giveaway for a lot of people. And for people who are acclimated to this, we walk around, we can tell. Because some of you're going with the Walmart specials. We can see.
Little ass belt.
Yep.
Your young ass belt.
Right.
Get your Sunday school special ass belt up out of here, boy.
Yeah. You said I like the ratchet style gun belts. Yeah, I got those too, Junior. I got two of those, and both of them are by Blade Tech. I don't know if they're by Blade Tech. I just know Blade Tech has a version of them.
Two other companies that have them.
Yeah, it's a couple of the companies, but I love them. That ratchet style, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That clip just tells you
Core is actually ratchet too.
Which one?
Who's ratchet?
Core has like the ratchet system as well. So
right, that's what I'm saying. The core tactical belt is a ratchet system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
totally
you
ratchet.
Have to worry about losing your pants.
I ratchet style because, yeah, like Michelle said, that constant shifting. I like the ratchet style because when you do a lot of moving around, even the Black Hawk belts, Black Hawk and 511, when you move
Both,
around,
William. Both.
it gets frayed. It's a lot of stuff that happens with those belts. So yeah, I like. Yeah, 511's belt. No, not 511. Not 511. Black Hawk.
I'm about to pull mine off. Like, hold on.
No, not 511. Because 511 has something else that keeps it retained.
Yeah, I'll say because I got my 511 too.
Yeah,
you 511 guys.
I used to wear black. Don't get me wrong. The Black Hawk belt is sturdy.
Black Hawk has gone downhill.
Well, the belt itself is sturdy. It's just the buckle part. After a while, it
just start wearing.
You gotta keep pulling.
That's how 511 I am.
Black
Marquise
Hawk
is
Mr.
511.
Black Hawk is
no, I'm 1533. I'm not 5'11. I'm 1533.
Whatever
Socks,
you say, man.
Pants and shirt usually are 5'11. I usually go up to 20. I usually go up to 2044 if I got the boots on.
William is something else.
He got the soap.
This is a family show.
Paste, the toothbrush, beard comb, those glasses are 511.
Wait. You're not allowed to use beard in a sentence. You know that, right?
Oh, look whose face.
I still got time left here.
Get your baby love face.
Baby face. Baby face killer.
But you wish, man. You wish you could still do this. You know, you wish. You wish.
Get your whip appeal face ass up out of here.
15 minutes after cutting it off, it's gonna be bumpy.
Man,
I ain't gotta worry about it.
Tell me you got that whip appeal face
baby's bottom.
He said the only thing.
Bottom.
Okay, that is true, Rob. He said the only thing Black Hawk has now, the only good thing Black Hawk has now is the T-Series holster. I am looking at it.
What's the T-Series holster?
That's the new holster they came out with. It was about a year. Actually, it came out right before pandemic.
Really?
They make it in a level 1, level 2, and even a level 3 holster. I will say that is one of the only things as of late that they have put out that is actually quality.
Yes.
Is it interchangeable with Safari Land?
They have
yes, it is.
They have a piece for it.
This is. You said it is.
The level 2 and level 3 are. The level 2 and level 3 you can mount on Safari Land mounts.
Oh, okay. All right. Now that is interchangeable. Okay. But so the old holsters, I actually did a video on the old holster. And the one thing that they had was, remember they had by the index, you had that index right here. Well, the T-Series holster has made a lot of improvements because the retention level is right here. So when you get what they call a master grip on the pistol right here, you're actually activating that and you're able to come right out of it. And it actually has the whatever it's called, blocks, that keeps a person from being able to grab that gun and reach that retention unless they get a good positive grip on it. So that
they're making for CZ.
That is an improvement. And this is for I'm trying to force this one in. This is the 17 pistol. Shouts out to the USCCA for that. Got to give credit where it is, right? Because it's got a label on it. Okay. But this is for the 19, right? As you can see, it does fit the 17 as well. So I have to say, I got to give Black Hawk the credit that this is an improvement from the first one, where as soon as you touch it and index naturally, you're able to come right out of the holster with that gun, and that's not a good thing. That's never a good thing. I've snatched plenty of cops' guns in training who carried that holster for duty, so that's a bad idea. So yeah, this T-Series holster works with. Now, one thing I don't like about it, right? I actually tried it on, and there's a button on the side right here, as well as in front. And maybe that's where what you were talking about, John, where you're talking about you could take this off and maybe add a different attachment to. Is that what you were referring to? No, you weren't.
That's what I was talking about. They have a little expansion
where you can take it off and put it onto a Safari Land mount.
Yeah, now that would be a good idea, because one of the things that I did not like when I put this holster on, because I've got a larger version for the 17, or for, I think it's 17. One of the things that I did not like was, look how easy is it that as soon as something bumps up against this, now it's open. One half.
Yeah, you can lock it though.
Well, here's this. You can lock it. It does lock. But as soon as you sit down in the car, something bumps up against it, right? Now one half of it is open, and all it takes is another half, and then now it's open.
Well, stop bumping into it.
No, when you frat and where you
Switch
sit.
to the QLS
First
system.
of all, okay, here's a tip for all you effers who drive with concealed carry.
Sure.
Buy a freaking seatbelt extension.
Well, no, it wasn't the, okay, yes, that's great advice, but it was the seatbelt buckle. It's like that you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Buy a seatbelt extender.
Right. But you can't extend the actual, you can extend the buckle part and then that, but not the little plastic piece that's.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah. But
the extender will help.
It still pops it.
Well, no, the extender helps.
I run the magnet.
That's why I don't like. I don't like pedal holsters. That's why I don't like pedal holsters.
You have the magnet in the car?
I don't like any pedal holsters.
Wait.
Oh, I'm dead serious. I run the magnet.
I just caught that shit you said.
I'm not putting no seatbelt extender on my shit. I'll run the fucking magnet.
John's gonna get out the car in a rush, and the gun's gonna still be there. Shit, gotta go back and get it.
I've worked with my shit. Trust me on that one.
Hey, don't do that.
I just don't wear it.
JP asked a question. You said, Lefty said the old Black Hawk holster was a ban from a lot of ranges. Of course, easy to get your shit snatched. Now, don't get me wrong. I have worn the Black Hawk CQC holster, the newest one they had before they created this. But what people don't understand is that this Black Hawk, you could kind of open. I'm not a fan of open carry, but I'm saying if you're going to carry outside the waistband and you're on the range and you uncover it for that singular purpose, okay. You know, but the CQC holster was never designed for you to carry it open. Mm-hmm. The CQC holster, if you look at all of Black Hawk's promotional material, they have always worn a vest over that, or some type of shirt, or some type of clothing. It came out during the first part of the global war on terror, you know, and even if you got like Marines or other folks that would wear the holster on their chest, it's designed for that, right? Designed for that, where you got that kind of close contact, right? And then it's designed for you to wear on your waist where it's covered. It's designed to be concealed. You got cops that saw that shit and security officers that understand that, and then they would wear it open. I used to love it in training where I would just come and snatch their guns and they didn't even know the shit and just run away when I was a training officer. That's not what this is designed for. You know, and especially remember the first design when it wasn't this curved? Remember when it had the points and people would sit there and try to holster it, and under stress, they would holster it, and then the two little edges. Go look it up. It's the matter of fact, fuck it.
Well, that was the thing with the Black where Lefty was talking about, because there was I believe it was Sportster.
Yeah.
Where people were actually shooting themselves in the leg.
Whoa.
And that's the reason why a lot of ranges weren't allowing the holsters, is because people shoot themselves in the fucking leg.
Yep. That's why my department wouldn't allow that holster because of that. You try to draw it, and your index finger, your trigger finger, goes down outside the holster, disengages that lock, and the next thing you know, you're shooting yourself in the fucking leg while you're trying to draw the weapon out, while you're trying to clear the holster. That's why it wasn't allowed.
Right, but we got to blame that on training too now, because the gun wasn't going off because of the button. The gun was going off because of stupid people doing stupid shit with a holster.
Exactly. It wasn't even just the button, though. I can tell you
just not a good idea.
It wasn't even.
So that's what I'm saying. I've never heard of the Serpa holsters causing an issue that wasn't a man-made, man-inflicted issue. I've never heard of a holster issue that caused an accidental shooting. That's what I'm saying.
Just a poor design. I think it's a poor design.
Right.
Because when you influence under stress, if your trigger finger unlocks that, And then as soon as you clear the weapon, where's your trigger finger at? It's in the trigger guard.
Right.
And then you accidentally pull the trigger while you're in that process of drawing and clearing. As soon as it clears the holster, your finger goes in the trigger guard, and then people were shooting themselves down the leg.
I gotta look and see mine because mine didn't put my finger on the trigger. And I've had multiple circles.
It puts it in the area.
Shit. Your regular holster puts it in the area. It's just training comes down to the point.
Exactly.
Your training should dictate
100%.
your ass not touching that trigger.
Exactly.
Like I said, I'm not gonna blame the holster. I'm gonna blame the people who have the holster and didn't train enough with it.
Nah, it was the holster, bro. I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna show you
because
right
you have to apply inward pressure into the holster with your trigger finger. You have to apply inward pressure to unlock the lock.
This is what I'm
talking
saying.
Mean you're moving too fast.
You see it now?
Then as you're coming up, you're still applying inward pressure. Then where does that inward pressure go? It goes onto the trigger. It goes right onto the trigger.
Not this. Can y'all see the arrow on the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see the cursor.
Not this part right here. That was the safety mechanism. I'm talking about this part right here. That part right there. And if you look at, matter of fact, y'all talk, and I'm gonna I'll try to do a different slide. I'm gonna do it side by side so y'all can see the differences between that one, the old design and the new design. Wait till Marquise come back too, because there is a distinct difference now between the older design and the newer design, where the old design was a reason for people, their firearms getting caught up and things of that nature in that piece right there. And Black Hawk changed it to where, bless you, Black Hawk changed it. Now, I got another Glock right by. Yeah, here we go.
All right, hey, real quick, Mike. Then, if you're looking that up, throw up that class flyer again, real quick.
Oh, right. Well, I'm changing it in the slide. So hold on, I'm gonna go ahead.
Shit. All right, never mind.
Yeah, you can mention it. When I'm gonna put it up right now. Let me.
So we all agree that this is a circle, right?
I can't see it, so I'm not. Hold on.
Looks like it.
It's a cert. You can show it. You'll be fine.
No, SERPA.
No, I'm saying you're the firearm. It's a cert. You can show it.
Where's my finger at right now?
On the mechanism.
Slide technically.
It's on the mechanism,
Index,
right?
like right under the slide.
So no fancy tricks. Where did my finger land?
That's why I said it wasn't the Serpa, wasn't it the Sportster?
No,
I will get my Sportster too. I got one of those.
Well, I'm gonna show you in a minute, Marquise. Hang tight.
Mr. Big Money.
It was one of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I had all of them because I wanted retention.
Fair.
Yeah, they were the only retention holsters that really existed back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you were concealed, and no one really cared about retention when you're concealed. But that's
When you say back in the day, what do you mean by that?
Mouth boy.
Oh, right.
What
This
do
is
you
what
mean
I'm
by
talking about, Marquise.
Calm down, youngster. Calm down, youngster.
This is what I'm talking about. This was the old Black Hawk design. This is like one of the first ones. You see that edge right there?
Uh-huh.
That edge was on both sides of the firearm. And when people would try to holster, this would get in the way of or this would actually bump up against the trigger because people would have their finger off the trigger and they would get.
Okay, so you're talking in the holstering process, people were getting shot.
Yes.
I see what you're saying, Mike.
And you see what Black Hawk did. Black Hawk changed the design.
They cut that out.
Cut that piece out.
Yeah.
And so you still see the design where the natural index caused people they would still get their gun snatched. And the thing is, this shit didn't make the media, right? But I made a video on it snatching somebody's gun. It was in training, of course, but it's easy to do. And you see a lot of coppers who would, when I say that, but you see a lot of cops who would sit there and wear this shit because it looks sexy. It looks cool. You got the name Tactical. It's got the gun showing. It's got a menacing, threatening looking profile. It's easy to snatch.
Don't forget the basket weave.
Oh my God, yes. It looks sexy. And it's like, show your gun. And people would sit there and wear this shit and get their gun snatched. So, even when
when they figured out that there was a button to do it, the average person doesn't know that.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know, because this is
know.
natural. This is as soon as you touch the gun and get a good grip high on the back strap where you're supposed to be, your index finger is going to naturally touch there, because that's just where that's where the trigger finger will fall. The index finger will fall.
For a trained individual, yes.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I've snatched cops' guns.
You are a what individual?
Okay, you're right, Marquise. I think I fell into the same.
An adult.
You are a trained individual who knows how the holster works.
No, but yeah, look, I told you I used to be a CO before I became a cop. They were doing this shit in the jails too. They were learning how to do this in the jail.
Yes, guns in jails.
Not guns. It's the concept of being able to describe their pistol. People like to think that persons in jail are stupid. They are so far from stupid.
Only because they got
time.
They got
time.
Only because they got so far. Go ahead, Jacob, because I know you know they are so far from stupid.
Man, they got nothing but time. And you talk about who's got guns in jails. Every single officer that takes somebody to court. Every single officer that takes somebody to prison. Every single officer that takes somebody to a doctor's office or a dentist or another court or transfer to another jail or a funeral home. It happens every single day. Correctional officers.
I thought that was an area for transfer, though.
Correctional officers are armed every single day. They're like the bastard child of law enforcement, but it's true.
Yep.
They are trained and have the standards and the equipment, just like a beat officer on the streets. And I don't like those. I do not like those holsters because it puts your finger trigger right there on that safety. Yep. To disengage that firearm from the holster, you have to apply inward pressure onto that safety mechanism to disengage it. And then what happens when you draw? You're already applying inward pressure, and under stress, you're going to apply that inward pressure right into the trigger guard, and you're going to have a negligent discharge, and you're going to shoot yourself in the leg. That's why we don't like those holsters.
And another thing is that when I would sit there, I mean, I get what you're saying, Marquise, but there's a difference between and I know you all know this. There's a difference between what you do in stress. Hey, Raymond, you know who I'm talking about too. I got on the Chicago Copper for real. I got on him so bad. Matter of fact, y'all talk, because I'm gonna put this picture up there like I'm motherfucking lying. Y'all go ahead. And it's not his face, but I'm gonna show you what I'm talking. Goddamn, y'all talk, please. Please carry on. Word of the Lord.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't carry those type of holsters anymore. I usually carry a level 2 or level 3 holster.
Yeah, those aren't exposed. Those are designed to be duty holsters. They're designed to have that extra retention. So if you're wrestling a suspect on the ground, if somebody jumps up from behind you and is resisting arrest, that they cannot grab your firearm. That's what they're designed for. They're designed to be duty holsters. We have a whole different class of holsters for concealed carry. I don't recommend anything like that for concealed carry. Now, maybe y'all do. Maybe up north y'all do.
Hell no.
I don't recommend any of those holsters like that for concealed carry.
No, I wouldn't recommend any push button anything for concealed carry.
Right.
Because in my personal opinion, your concealed carry shouldn't be exposed, which means it shouldn't be a button required.
Yeah, that wouldn't even wouldn't even make it concealed.
That's not a concealed carry holster. That's a duty holster. Right. Y'all got to. I mean, my students need to know the difference between a duty holster and a concealed carry holster.
Right, or just dress slightly different during the winter time, and buy the jackets that literally have the zippers that go up. Dress according to the weather. Shit, I'm not gonna sit out here and freeze my ass off because I want fast access to my gun. I dress accordingly.
I mean, I typically do the whole Chicago. What do they call it? What do people digging into something else? But when I went down south, the whole sweater with the jacket over it is considered some type of Chicago style and whatnot. But that's typically how I carry every day: hoodie, coat over in the wintertime. Like that way, I still get that same access.
Sounds like some Theo Huxtable shit.
Did you say you give them easy access? Is that what you said?
That's what he said.
It's always easy access.
That's why his face so clear.
Just want to make sure I heard what I heard. Okay.
What?
Subscribe to Marquise's OnlyFans.
Whoa.
Right, but it's a picture of your face on my OnlyFans. How that works?
Where are
Talking
we
about my baby love.
Oh my God. The comments that you have heard here are oh my God. What
Adult content. Warning:
right.
this show may contain adult content.
Well, hell, if your kid up at 21:35 Central Standard Time, well,
Hey,
Mine ain't. Mine's in bed. Yeah.
You back out.
you better play the Lion King music and get those tranquilizer darts ready.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Cool down my
These days, that don't work.
Oh my God.
We'll get what together bedtime gummies now. So here goes some
Oh.
melatonin.
Oh wow, that's it.
Like what?
Hey.
This is just a gummy for you. Go on now. Chew it up.
Speaking
Speaking of
kids, can y'all hear me okay?
yeah, we can hear you.
Back in about September, October, I took a 10-year-old boy to the range. So we covered safety stuff. This little boy was just fascinated with firearms. And his mom was concerned that he hadn't had any kind of training yet. Single mom, raising a boy, 10 years old. So I took this boy to the range back in about, I want to say September, October. We shot a 22 pistol. We shot a 22 rifle. We shot a 20 gauge shotgun. And this boy loved it. He's absolutely fascinated with firearms. He called me tonight. That's why it took me a little while to get on the show tonight. Because he lives like 2 hours away from me. He lives about 2 hours north of me. But he wants to call me. He's like, hey, Mr. JD, I got a 22 bolt action for Christmas. And I got a 410 shotgun, and he's reading and he's learning and he's just fascinated, with firearms. And he wants to learn about firearm safety, and he wants to learn different calibers and what's the difference between a semi-automatic and a revolver and a bolt action versus a semi-automatic. And that makes me feel really good, when I can reach out to that next generation of kids, that 10-year-old kid, and teach them the very basic fundamentals and how to be safe and how to shoot. But this kid's like my number one fan. He calls me like 2 days a week, 3 days a week, just to tell me, hey, I went shooting today and I shot my 22 bolt action rifle and I got a scope. My grandpa bought me a scope and we zeroed that in today. And it's just like really cool.
It is.
To me, that's one of the most rewarding parts about being a firearms instructor now, since I'm retired. I can't teach rookies anymore. I can't teach cadets anymore. But to teach that younger generation, because we see on the news what happens, when there's firearms in the house with no training or no supervision.
Right.
And so I love teaching these young kids nowadays. I love it. Anyway, that's all I had to say about that.
No, I love that shit.
I think we all agree with you there.
Man, if you guys ever get a chance to teach some little kids, go do it, because it's rewarding. It's rewarding as hell.
You know what? What I've told new instructors all the time is go teach children classes, because if you can teach a child, that means that you can articulate what you have enough understanding to articulate to anybody what to do with a firearm, because we get stuck in this world of teaching adults and we can't break stuff down like we're supposed to sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm a
really
firm believer.
too.
Teach kids firearms to humble yourself and bring it back down to let you know how much you really know and how to use words that aren't always complex.
Yeah, because teaching a 10-year-old is different than a 12-year-old or a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old or an 80-year-old. If you have that range, if you've got that ability to teach in that range from 10 to 80, then I think you're doing something. I think you're doing it right. If you can do that, if you can, it's different. Teaching kids is different than teaching adults.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, then you're doing something right.
Yep.
Let's get back on the Black Hawk, and yes, that's definitely.
Oh Lord, y'all still here?
Here we go. We still talking about it. I don't know how many of you all saw the Illinois State Police video of the detention officer, the sheriff, who was wearing this type of holster, and I zoomed in on it right here. You can see it's that same type of Black Hawk style holster where he ended up getting his gun snatched. He fights for the gun. Another deputy comes out in the Sally Port. You remember that video?
That was down by me. That was 2 counties north of me.
Yes, in the Sally Port. And the
Jefferson County. That was in Jefferson County. 2 counties north of me.
Had it not been for that deputy who came out to help him, he would have gotten shot. And the guy was a paraplegic. I don't want to say a paraplegic.
He was in a wheelchair. He's in a fucking wheelchair.
He was in a wheelchair, and he was able to get that gun out of that guy's holster. Here's another. Here we go. That's the one thing I cannot stand about 1300 West Jackson. And this is not a dig on all of Chicago cops, but because you got some great Chicago cops that come out of there, the guys that get it, but then you got some jacklegs like this super troop. And I ain't gonna say who his name is. That's not the issue. But look at this. So he's sitting at a table. Situation took place. He's in a school, whatever the case may be. And the first thing that I focused on was that fucking holster. I cannot stand it. Like the way that he is sitting, right? And there's that arrogance. I'm the police. You ain't gonna
nobody gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm the police. You ain't gonna touch me. How dare you touch me? Do you know I'm part of the biggest, baddest gang, and that is the Chicago Police Department out of the what used to be called the Timothy J. O'Connor Education and Training Academy at 1300 West. I fucking hate that arrogant ass attitude that causes these wonderful officers to think that they can do shit like this, where this gun is in the right position for a hand to just come right behind and snatch that shit right out. I hate it.
Does it at least have a thumb?
No, it's got nothing. It's the same shit as we're gonna get to that, John. It's the same shit as this right here. It's the same holster. No thumb, nothing. As soon as you touch it with your index finger, the shit's out. And I hate that.
Play that video, Mike. If you got that video from the Sally Port where they got the guy out of in the wheelchair. I sent that.
I gotta watch.
I sent it to you
because I'm on parole and I can't get in trouble. So they might block you. No, not me, parole. I'm talking about Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
If I show that video of him getting shot, they're gonna ban that shit.
You can show a video of a guy in a wheelchair disarming a deputy in the Sally Port with his own firearm.
Yes.
All because he underestimated him.
Underestimated him and
no situational awareness, no weapons retention, no situational awareness.
Yes.
Nothing. Wrong holster. Plus, he weighed about 500 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
Once he got on the ground, he looked like a upside down turtle. It was ridiculous. It was a shame.
Hey, Mike, can you send that video to me? Because I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, I will definitely send that video to you. It's an easy grab, Steven. Yes. And the thing is, when I tried to, I know who the guy is. I know of the guy, what district he's in. I wasn't trying to embarrass him. It was a picture that he had put up. I'm not going to say the circumstances of what because then people will be able to connect the dots. But I cropped out exactly what I needed the picture to show, which was the Chicago flag. You can't see his name tag, but it's focusing on the Chicago flag and this holster. The guy saw it and got an attitude and blocked. I don't care about being blocked. I don't care about being blocked. That ain't nothing. But my point was, get out of this arrogance. Officers, if you are watching me, be it security officers or be it police officers, don't let that badge and don't let your duty, responsibility, and legal power that you are given cause you to think that the shit can't happen to you and that you can get your stuff snatched out your holster, because you absolutely can. And if it wasn't, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a what they call it, keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 100. If it was not illegal for me to snatch your shit out of your holster every time I see police officers as a trainer, and I would make sure I got my red firearms instructor shirt on, I would snatch y'all shit. I swear to God. And I would drop the mag, drop the gun on the ground, and have my hands up and say, hey, I'm a trainer. Yes, you feel embarrassed, but what if I was a person really trying to hurt you? And that would be that moment where you would have that embarrassment upon you, and your people would talk about you like no tomorrow. They would make you change your holster. And it's like for some cops and security officers or whatnot, you need that life-changing oh shit moment. And it's like some of y'all do stupid shit and have that tombstone courage, and then you wait till your partner gets shot or somebody else gets shot. It's a tragic event, and it brings about the change that you need to have within you. Chicago cops out there, security officers, stop wearing these fucking holsters that's going to get your shit snatched. Stop that shit. You make too much. Chicago cops now are in the fucking, $65,000, $68,000, and you mean to tell me you can't take your living above your mean ass to Rail Heron, right? You can't go
discounted Rail Heron. Discounted Rail Heron.
Discounted Rail Heron. Fucking Tri Taylor, or what's that uniform store on Chicago? It used to be called Kate's back in the day, but it's not Kate's. The Chicago uniform store on Roosevelt, right across the street from Best Buy. Take your ass over there and get a holster and stop doing dumb shit. Just because it got tactical on there doesn't mean you're tactical. And this particular person right here, he probably became the police because his family was the police. He a chef in real life. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't even the police for real. It's called Kale. I don't know why it's Kate's. It's used to be called Kale back in the day. You a chef in real life. So you a motherfucking Martha Stewart playing police. I'm just saying, maybe you decided to be the police now, and that's a great calling. But stop fucking around with your life and the life of citizens too. Do what you need to do. Carry the right holster so you can protect yourself. You've already been stabbed a couple of times on duty, and that shit ain't enough.
Man.
So what you're saying is that
Grow up.
should be at home making cornucopias.
I swear to God.
Arrest.
I'm making Glock shaped cakes in blue frosting with red stars with the bullets coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Called that man a Betty Crocker.
You know what I'm saying?
Martha Stewart, bro.
Martha Stewart.
But I'm just saying, you could be the police and be a chef. I'm just saying, it's all good. No digging on the man because other shit. You know what I'm saying?
He brought you. He deserved to get digged on. Now you turn into a crybaby when somebody try to give you some criticism.
Yes.
Just a little bit of criticism that's gonna save your life.
This muter fuker got mad and blocked me. I said, okay, you gonna get your. I'm just saying, shit. Come on, man. I only say it out of love. And like I said, haters, naysayers, and critics sound the same when they talk. And that's why you got to be careful. We all are you got to be careful to watch your emotions so that it don't cause you to miss some life-saving information. That's all I'm saying.
I saw that post.
You said what?
The day you posted, I saw that post the day you posted it, and I knew immediately what you were talking about. But I could tell by your passion, you weren't doing it to front the guy out. You were doing it because you care. You truly care about his safety. And then he wasn't having no part of it. He was like, man, dude, whatever. I'm like,
and then the funny thing, Jacob, was I cut out his face. You don't see his name on his name tape.
Right.
I cropped it out to where it's nice and talks about the point that he posted his whole picture. And I'm like, bro, you mad?
I know. I saw it.
He big mad.
I saw that.
You just mad because I did such and such a good event, which I'm not gonna still say, and it was a laudable thing that he did. But bruh, don't let the stress of what you just went through cause you to drop your guard. Like you can still get it. You can still get it. You can still get it, man. And that was the thing. Like, some people you just can't tell them anything. Like I see cops, bro, in full-fledged uniform, what you might call Class B or whatever class is called, with a pancake holster. Who said that? Somebody said, what's wrong with pancake-mounted holsters? No, you don't wear a pancake holster on duty. You don't do that shit.
Not open.
Yes, not open.
Not open. But you can't tell everybody shit, dude. You know how that is. Man. You can't tell everybody everything because no one's trying to hear it.
Everybody.
Listen, I'm the police. I have a 25-piece knife set. You should.
Maybe after about 30 years of experience, And after all the bad shit that happens in those 30 fucking years of experience, maybe then he'll learn. If he survives long enough to learn, then he'll learn.
Yeah.
But that's
Good
the bad
night,
part. You know?
Christy. Good
Feel
night.
better,
Still
Christy.
asking for a lot.
Hey, Megan, she finally joined. Hey, just joined. Finally got y'all out. You used to be on time, Megan. Hey, I can't even say that. We started at 18. Yeah. Lefty said, I seen a security officer with a CQC holster, SARPA holster with the paddle attachment on a duty belt. Yes. It's crazy. Okay. It's crazy. All right. Final thing we're gonna wrap on. We got about maybe 20 minutes to go. Yes. Didn't I say out of the trash you can find treasure? So those of y'all who know, John, yes, I do owe you that. Go on ahead and talk about your talk about Todd's class. Let me go on ahead and push that. Oh, go ahead. Hold on, matter of fact, let me put it on the screen first.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. What? Oh, let me put it on the screen first before you go ahead and start to wrap in to the. Come on, fool, get out of here. All right, get back to here. I'm working on my. All right, y'all. I'm working on it. We'll be right back with more after. Okay, there we go. Go, John.
There we go. All right, so this class, I wanted to obviously touch base on it real quick while we got majority of the people in here before people start phasing themselves out. Lethal encounters for armed offenders, February 5th of this year, February 5th, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with Todd Fossey. If you didn't get a chance last week, Todd Fossey actually joined in live with us last week and was, obviously him being a world-class instructor, it was definitely a great addition to him jumping in with our live. He is coming down February 5th and is going to teach a one-day seminar based in hand-to-hand combatives. And this is based around the concealed carry holder or anyone that carries a gun for that matter. You know what I mean? He does do obviously a lot of concealment training, but anyone that carries a gun can benefit from this training. The cost of the course is $125 if you're going to come by yourself. If you want to bring a friend, you actually get a $25 break for each of you. So it'd be $100 each for you guys to attend. We do only have 40 spots available. It's going to be a great class. I mean, from in-holster retention, out-of-holster retention, confined space wall work, weapons-based clinch fighting, impact weapons defense, which impact weapons being the most common used weapon out there.
Yep.
I had a choice of obviously doing either impact or edged. I have an edged person within the group already, so I figure a nice impact defense class would be nice outside of the realm a little bit. So for those that don't realize and don't know, Marquise does edged weapon. So you're looking for edge, go talk to Marquise. But this class, we're going to base it around impact. Again, this is not a class you're going to want to miss. I mean, we preach training like no tomorrow all the time. And we all know the firearm is just one tool on our belt. Most attacks don't happen from 10, 15, 20 feet away. You know what I mean? Attacks come to happen. They come up from behind you. They're in contact distance. Yep. You got to be able to defend yourself in those aspects. And majority of people don't have that training. So come out, get a taste of it, get your hands on, you know what I mean? Learn some stuff. If you guys got questions, reach out.
Yep, I'm going to be there.
I wish I lived closer
be there.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. If you actually want to meet, you know what I mean, some of us face to face, Mike's going to be there, Marquise is going to be there. Obviously, I will be there.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
I believe Marcus Darby's talking about coming. Marcus Darby's coming.
I'm looking
Marquis
for a dummy
McDonald,
gun
I believe, is coming.
Version.
You looking for what?
I'm looking for a dummy gun for my version of the gun I carry in real life.
Oh shit! I thought you were talking like SIRT pistols or whatever.
They don't exist.
Well, we have SIRT pistols there. We're gonna have SIRT pistols there. They're all the Glock 17 version.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, you do not need to bring a real firearm for this class. In fact, do not bring a real firearm for this class.
Yeah.
I will make you remove it from the building and take it back to your vehicle.
You can't make me do nothing.
Part of me wishes
Actually, you can't even carry a knife into this class.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm just kidding.
I wish I probably will be stepping
zero
in.
chances when it comes to safety and hand to hand.
Can I bring my dummy knives?
Oh
no.
Dummy knives, yes. Dummy knives, yes.
Spyderco?
The training knives,
but
yes.
for you specifically, no.
All right.
First of all, Keith, you ain't even going.
I'm gonna attempt to make it.
She said,
you know how they are with the whole schedule making.
Hey Megan, what about is gum okay? No. All right, so
no, I don't want you sticking it underneath the tables.
Right.
I wish I lived
so chewy.
I wish I lived closer to you guys so we could get together, in person.
We need to come down to where you are too.
Hey man, you're only a few hours from Kankakee, man.
For real.
You're only a few hours from Kankakee. You can come up for a day.
Man, I don't even know where Kankakee is. That's so far north. I don't even know where it is.
Straight up 57. Straight up 57. Exit 350.
Kankakee has so unique a name in their website. It's K3 because you can't say KK.
Yeah.
Stop.
No.
You can't. Yeah, I looked at that when I looked at the state's attorney who. When I looked at the when I looked at the state's attorney who filed the charges against the two who killed
Jim Rowe.
Jim Rowe. It was like K3 County. I said, well, that's how you do it.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, K3 County, baby. K3
you can't say KKK County. Oh shit, no. Oh, nope. Yeah, no. Can't do that. Nope. All right.
That's in my house.
ABC would never let that shit down.
Not in my house. I'm married to a minority. God. I got minority kids. Don't be coming to my house with that bullshit.
Hell yeah. All right, here we go. So last thing we're gonna talk about, which I think is important. Here we go. Out of the trash came a treasure. So Detroit Urban Survival Training, Commander Brown, we all know he
the GOAT.
Yeah, absolutely. A joke for sure. But I watched that interview with Colion Noir, he did something that actually made sense, and it was called threat perception training. Threat perception training. It made sense. Okay. Yeah. Positive, neutral, negative. He called it threat discernment training. I'm just gonna call it threat perception training because I ain't got time to listen to his mouth and shit. So threat perception training. So when you look at something, and this is something that's important for concealed carriers too, right? When you look at something, you know how when before you had that gun, you don't want to go down that alley. Now you got that gun, you go into all the dangerous blocks. You know what I'm saying? You got a gun, it's heavy reliance on that gun. Some people just can't wait, to do extra shit to save someone's life, stuff like that. And so it's easy to look at a picture like what you see here on screen. And let's just say you're not watching it from a camera angle, you're actually looking at it. And then we tend to look at this and see it's negative. And it does look negative, right? It looks like a man trying to hold a woman, hostage or whatever the case may be.
Right. Rough her up, pull her somewhere.
Yeah. He said something that was important. So one of the things that provided distance equals time, right? And circumstances may equal time as well. So before you just run head on into something, take a pause and look and think about the positive reason why this could be happening, a neutral reason why this could be happening, and a negative reason why this could be happening too. And so that was important. So let's look at a couple of pictures and go through that. What could be a positive thing that could be the reason why this is happening right here?
The example he used, I strongly disagree with. Nobody does that in public.
What was the example that he used?
He said that, this was essentially a kink. Like, okay, like people do this in public. And I'm like, that ain't something that we run into often at all. So that's not going to be the first thought that comes to your mind, as something that will be perceived as a positive thing. I wouldn't perceive that off back.
Okay. Could they be shooting a movie though?
It's possible, but you would still have to have like cameras and whatnot.
What if it's a YouTube movie where you got somebody shooting and in the camera? Okay, here we go. Because I've been known, right? When I would make some of my videos, guess what I would do? I would sit my camera somewhere where it shows an angle, and then
Facts.
I would do whatever I would do. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
And so there's a positive thing. Here's another positive thing too. We don't know what she could have done prior to the time that we viewed them, right? He could be defending himself and trying to hold her off from a vicious attack of her trying to attack him, and we don't see his bruises or injuries because we're not that close. Does that make sense?
Facts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's
You
true.
So what's something neutral, right? Something neutral.
We understand that a situation is going on. We just don't understand what's the actual
Mutual
circumstances.
Could they be a type of hypersexually involved couple where they get off on stuff like this?
Yep.
Okay, if we want to go neutral,
Role playing, some kind of role playing bullshit.
if we go neutral, what I would say is this: the door opened up, the elevator door opened up. She was looking at her phone, and when she started to walk in, she didn't realize that elevator was out of service, and he snatched her up from falling down the shaft.
Okay.
In a chokehold?
Hey,
I don't see a chokehold.
You do what you do.
I don't see a chokehold. Where do you see a chokehold?
Nah, that's a choke. That's a chokehold, bro.
You see the elbow. You
That's
can
a
see the
chokehold.
elbow
Yeah,
connection.
there's a
He's got the elbow with his
Hand
arm
over the
and then
top.
you see his-
That's an elbow. That's not a scarf.
Because
No.
that's a hell of a scarf made out of man.
I can't see his So is that a full Nelson?
Look at her right arm. Look at the hook on the right arm.
No, full Nelson is like that.
My bad. So is that the? Is that
He
the?
just got her in a rear naked
No.
choke.
Rear naked.
He's got her in a rear naked
Rear
choke.
naked? Okay, so that's his hand, dude. It's a blurry picture. That's why I'm like, what the hell? Am I
Oh
looking
yeah,
at?
it is.
fair.
Yeah,
It
he's
is.
just got her in a rear naked choke.
Oh, okay,
And them
cool.
old nom eyes can't read. Can't see it. I understand.
Hell,
I haven't seen the video. I've not seen this video. This is all new to me.
No, it's not a video. It's just a picture Mike pulled.
Did Babyface
Okay.
just make a smart joke?
he did.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Here's another picture. Whoop, sorry, that was back. All right, we gotta go back on that holster. Don't wear that shit. Here we go. All right. All right, here we go. Positive, neutral, negative. What's a positive? What could this positive?
He could be into that shit.
He just
We can be
like
into
his
that
wife
shit right
beating on
there.
him.
It's all about context, like Marquise says.
I think
Always-
this in a
it's about
movie?
context.
Wasn't this called like 50 Shades of Grey or something?
Hey, look, I don't know. Steven said the date from hell.
It could be.
Nah,
It could
because
be
he got
any-
some sugar.
Hey,
got some
but
sugar. He might be into
hold on.
that.
But he doesn't
She-
have the right to say no.
No,
Damn.
men do
She's
not have a
drunk.
right to
Maybe
say
it's
no.
his
not know that.
stepmom. Hey, maybe it's
She's
his
drunk.
stepmom.
Yeah. She's drunk and whipped his ass. Maybe that's what's going on.
no, step bro.
Wait. We
She's
are
the
not.
aggressor.
We are not just gonna walk away from that, John. You said
He
it's
went
a stepmom.
Pornhub.
Oh no,
He went
step bro.
Pornhub. Yes, he did.
So stepmom is. You know
Maybe
what?
it's his stepmom.
Could be. Could be.
Hey, isn't that like
You
the
look so
new
much like your
thing
father.
I've heard obviously people talk about left and right?
Did you say you look so much like your father? Hold on. Wait a minute.
She kissed.
Or-
She kissed him. She kissed him on the cheek.
D. Call me mommy.
She ain't asking. Hey, hold on, Raymond. She ain't asking. She telling.
Right.
Hey,
She
right,
wasn't
she-
liking the
hey.
Go Dutch. Mail order
Do me.
bride gone wrong. You guys
You
are
are
really something in
giving
the
me that
comments.
D.
Or
Do me.
what you mean
Do
we
me. Do
splitting
me.
this
Do
check?
me. Make it
Huh?
hurt.
What you mean we splitting this check?
Oh my god. All right. Negative. What is
What you
Squeeze
mean?
around them hands?
from this?
What you mean you bought another gun?
Oh,
You bought another gun. What? With that stimmy check.
On our
You split the-
anniversary, you bought
You
another
put the
gun?
stimmy check? You split that stimmy on another gun?
Mhm.
Another one
That's
of those,
scary.
man.
God
Well,
damn
that's
it.
Now you
expensive,
knew,
but-
Mike, when you posted this picture, you knew this was gonna go down a rabbit hole.
I did. I did. That's why I did it. Here we go. Positive, neutral, negative. Go.
Fuck. Nope. Ain't doing it.
Nothing. It's COVID. That's okay.
But hold on now. According
Automatically
to
my enemy.
University of North Carolina research photos, right? They did a study, right? And so you see the same guy.
That's the same dude.
Same guy, of course, wearing different masks.
COVID.
Mask off, okay. Mask on. Look at the type of mask. Look at this kind of mask, and look at the bandana.
COVID.
No,
well, yes, of course, us, COVID. We can see that, but you see positive, neutral, negative.
No, not anymore, because now this is a part of our complete breakfast.
We let people walk around with baklavas every day.
Thank you.
Say anything
hey,
about
so wait a minute. Think about it. Hey, Mike, think about it this way.
Yeah.
You see more commercials about masks and being stylish with masks than you have ever seen in your life. Masks are now a part of our complete breakfast.
That's why I started.
All I see is a dude wearing a mask to protect himself from COVID, whether it be a bandana or a pair of panties.
Whoa! Shouts out to Victoria's Secret. Go visit them at victoriassecret.com. All right, so see, Lefty even said it too. First dude trying to rob me. And I would tell you this, right? I would tell you this. No one can come into my concealed carry class wearing a full face mask. I'm not going. Now, I do have surgical masks to give them, but they cannot wear that full-fledged mask. I don't care what the state say they allow. I'm not allowing that. Here's a mask. Take that shit off. We're going to see some features about you in the event shit goes down.
I haven't had a mask in class yet. I've never, ever once wore a mask or had a student have to wear a mask in any of my classes. Fuck that pandemic.
I am extremely against it. That's why I automatically went with he's my enemy off back.
That's because you're racist.
I see people driving with a mask and it makes me angry. I won't lie.
That's because you're racist.
Hey, Mike, put William's comment up.
What did William say? Gang, civilian, patient. I'm tired of this damn mask. That's exactly what he said. Gang, civilian, patient. I'm tired of this damn mask. Yes, that is true, William.
Actually, I'm about to say the only one that pisses me off the most is the one to the far right. Because I think that's the stupidest shit ever to wear it under your chin.
Yeah, just take it off.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen people sit in my classes with that shit on, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, for example, I remember working at a specific range, and this person walked from the front door to the counter and then put the mask on. And I asked the gentleman, I said, hey, let me ask you a question. You ever wear a condom to a baby shower? And he was
Every
like,
time.
what? And I said, well, you just walked through the whole lobby with no mask on. So what was the point of putting on the mask once you got into the area where everyone was already breathing?
Exactly.
So for me, I find certain things to be asinine. Or the fact that technically CV19 knows the difference between height.
Exactly.
So, you're safe if you're sitting at a table.
Or if you're eating.
If you're eating or drinking, is when you stand up that is a problem.
I'm glad we put that in context. Condom to the baby.
We getting banned again.
You know why I don't trust them?
No, we are not. No, we are not. Hell no. Here we go. Positive, neutral, negative. Go.
She's cute.
All negative. All
Are
negative.
you sure
only.
that's not Biden in a mask? Are you sure that's not
a cute
Biden
girl.
in a mask?
Hey, nope, not saying that. Moving on.
So here's where I have a bias. There is a show called Shauna Ray where the woman is 23 years old and still looks like an 8-year-old. I now have a bias because of that show. So I got nothing right now. Because there are little people who look like kids now, and I did not know that shit.
Okay.
So that's a pretty girl.
But what now, aside from your bias, which is fine, what's your first impression of this?
My adopted daughter or my mixed race grandchild?
Looks like my kid. Looks like my teenager.
See? Yeah.
But we're not talking about you understanding folks. We're not talking about you guys, right? We're talking about the unforgiving, judging guilty before innocent society. He looks
Due
like
to the times.
he looks
Sugar
Due to
like
the
daddy.
times. Yep.
Sugar
Yeah.
daddy.
he looks like he got her from Ghislaine Maxwell.
For
Sugar
a couple
daddy.
thousand. Couple thou wow.
Bruh.
But I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying the perception.
Epstein Island.
Yes.
Damn, y'all. She's smiling though.
That could be me and my kid right there. That could be me and my kid.
He's
So
talking
y'all
about
better
they
be careful.
smiling though. What the hell
Be
is
Okay.
careful
that?
what you say.
So
Better
no.
be careful what you fucking say. That could be me and my kid. I'm just saying.
Jacob,
See,
what I'm
there's a
saying
difference
is this. We're not
They're
talking,
internalizing.
Jacob, we're not talking
What?
about the truth.
This perception.
You hear what I'm saying? We're not talking, and I'm gonna give you a perfect example, Jacob. So this past December, I was selling children's books because y'all know I got my children's books, right? So I was at a Christian school, and during this performance, during this event where it was a craft show, it was so beautiful, right? But they had the children. It's a pre-K all the way through 12, and they had their girls performing in leotards. Guess where my face was? Looking the other way. I'm not going. My thing is this. I know me, I'm cool, but how people look at you and they
Yep.
perceive you.
Yep. It's true.
And so
That's true.
that's what I'm talking about. Positive, neutral, negative perception. I'm enjoying the
Can't internalize.
performance. But I'm like, no, the fuck I'm not. I don't need to see him that much. I'm a hear it and I'm a clap. Yes, I am. I'm a clap.
Yep.
I'm gonna dive my face in the book. I'm not looking at shit because you're not gonna
Right.
be here like,
He looked like he enjoying that a little too much.
yes, I ain't got
What you like
time.
about that?
You can't
Or-
say
Or you perceive that him not wanting to look means he has a problem with kids.
fuck it. Hey, I'll take that part over the other part.
Like you
see what I'm
shouldn't be
saying?
up in there because you're supposed to be 50 feet away from the school.
That's not a problem. No, they could research that and look that in the computer.
Exactly. So it's no different. than
No,
you
no,
just
no.
sitting there doing the show.
No, fuck that. You have not been a part of sexual. You might have. I don't know. I'm talking about on a positive aspect, not negative. Marquise, God damn it, come on. We are all good guys here. I'm just saying. I don't know. You might have done some private investigation work. I don't know. I'm just saying a person's perception is their reality.
Right.
And so that's often the thing that, and I didn't say it was fair or unfair, good or bad, right or wrong. I'm just talking about the action. I don't want somebody sitting here snapping a picture of me, like, and then they just happen to get the right picture at the right head nod, where the right expression, and then, oh, so you got this R jelly up in here. Hell no.
Okay.
Right,
Let's one up it. Let's one up it. Same situation, but your kid's on stage.
Their mom can look. I'm not. No, because I ain't got time.
I'm not
Hold
gonna
on.
lie.
Hey,
Man, I
I'm
tell
not
you
gonna
what.
lie. I'm not letting my
Mark-
daughter perform in a leotard, my man. I'm sorry.
and my
Unless
thing
Man,
is
that's the
Unless
this,
it's
thing
a
right there.
ballet recital or something.
I got
My
3
daughter-
girls.
I have a daughter that does competition dances. She
Yeah.
competes. She's a national champion competition dancer.
Got it.
And at those very young ages, they're dressing them girls up. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Yes.
But with the hair, curly hair and the makeup and the fucking fake eyelashes and the little skinny, see everything outfits to compete on stage on these little bitty girls. And it fucking pisses me off. When I see some guys looking at my daughter like with lust in their eyes, I'm like, dude, I will beat your fucking ass. Don't look at my kid like that again. I dare you to look at my kid like that again.
Hey,
I will beat
Jacob,
your fucking ass.
that right there. That's why I don't look. That's you see what? See, hold on. Jacob flipped the script because when I said Ghislaine Maxwell and the island, he's like, that could be me and my daughter. And exactly what you just said.
That's it.
That's why I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna sit here and listen and clap, and clap, but I'm not looking, listen and clapping. I'm not seeing the train coming. Fuck it, catch me. I'm listening and clapping. Listening and clapping.
I don't even watch my daughter dance. I look for all the fucking pedophiles in the crowd who's watching my daughter dance.
And that's why I'm not watching. Fuck that.
I will hunt.
I'll be like
dude,
this.
I will hunt you down. Meet me in the fucking parking lot. You look at my daughter like that again, that will be the last thing you ever fucking do.
You ain't got to worry about meeting me in the parking lot. I'm going to meet you.
Right. Fuck that. Hold on. Here we go. Hand sanitizer. I'm going to get myself Omarion in the eyes. You said, well, it seems like time to move on. We're not moving on from nothing, Meg, because you know this is important. We are all guys.
Do we all have daughters too?
Yes, I got 3 girls. Fuck that shit. No, this is an important, because stuff like this don't get talked about. Positive, neutral, negative perceptions, and what will happen? You will have concealed carriers that will operate off of that and will try to engage in shit, in police action based upon a person's perception, which is their reality.
Yes.
And so that's what I'm talking about. This was an important conversation. And so if we don't talk about this in our classes, we should. Because, you know, all you need is for, and we can move on to another picture. All you need, that's a different one from the last time. All right, cool. All you need is for the right cocktail of, you know, you've got the possibility, you got the ability, and then you've got the proximity. In other words, you were in the area where it's possible that you could do something you were able to do, and there could be a circumstantial case that could be sold, and then that's the lie that you're fighting.
Right.
Or you reacted to something you thought it was, and it wasn't.
Right, exactly.
You know? And then just imagine, Jacob, like you saw the guy with apparent lust in his eyes when he was really triggered by a moment in his childhood. Let's just say, I'm going to go there, Jacob. Let's just say, you ever had somebody looking in a direction, but really they were not paying attention? They're staring off in their mind in space because that thing that they saw triggered a memory. Maybe he's a father struggling, missing his daughters, and that reminded him of that. But that deep stare, you see what I'm saying? That deep stare causes him to.
I do that shit all the time just because.
Huh?
I understand that.
I do that shit all the time just because.
Yeah, you know, and that reminiscing is now the whole. What the fuck was you looking so hard for? And it's like, I could sit there and tell you, oh my God, it wasn't anything, dude. It wasn't it. And you know, it's like some people, when they have that perception, that's their reality, they're going on that because I can sit there and say, no, I wasn't doing that. I was thinking about my daughter. And you got to have time to be able to talk and distance to have time to be able to talk and explain. And then after I get everything out, it's like, you still don't believe me because you saw what you saw, going to Pound Town. And now
we're going to talk. Yeah. We're going to have a talk. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, talk. But
we're going to have a talk.
You and your years of experience, you're probably arguably more rational than a person who does not have your temperament.
Hope so. I hope I learned something in 32 years of uniform, how to deal with people. You know, people skills is the number one most important skill.
And that's why this conversation is important, because all of us got what the average concealed carrier, you see what I'm saying? That temperament.
You gotta have those people skills. Yeah, how to talk to people.
So that positive, neutral, negative perception is very, very important. And that's why I got to give Dust, Detroit Urban Survival Training, right? I got to give Commander Brown his roses, because out of the midst, you said what?
Say your cousin.
No, hell no. No. Look, first of all, I don't have that baby Earl hair that he got. I don't have that baby Earl hair.
That's Bosley.
But Crust is about to make a comeback. So I'm just saying, I would have to give him his credit. And I don't know if he came up with it, but I know he was the first person I heard say it. Right. Or if it's been said before, I don't remember. But I got to give him credit, because out of the rest of that trash he was talking, that was a treasure right there. And if we don't teach it, there's got to be something to be taught, because, you know, there was another thing. We don't have enough time, or maybe we do. I don't know. But just because you see people doing stuff on TV doesn't mean it's to be done. Just because a guy shoots at a carjacker and was lucky enough to be able to get those shots off doesn't mean that's the thing to do. Positive,
Right.
neutral, negative perceptions.
Yes, exactly.
And those things are important to talk about. I wish we had more time, because that would have been another great topic to go into.
Every situation is different, and just like Marquise loves to say, it's all about context.
Yeah.
But there could be a million different scenarios that look similar but are totally different on one little detail, and that one little detail changes everything about that scenario. There's so many variables out there, you know, that it's impossible to train for every single scenario because there's so many variables.
Right. Like look on YouTube, like look on Facebook, there's a picture of a kid laying on the ground with a boot on his face. And then when they zoom out the picture, you see he's the one holding the boot.
Yes.
So, or the one with that athlete, with the middle finger. To one side is the middle finger, and then on the side is 3.
Right. Or let's go with the one that was pushed on the news. The whipping of illegals coming across the border.
Oh, right.
When literally it was the horse reins. It was horse reins, not a whip. But guess what? No one did. No one recanted, and no one apologized.
They don't have to.
I got one for you. A couple years ago, my oldest daughter, a couple years ago, the Army was playing the Navy, and there was a thing called the what's it called, gotcha or something, where somebody looks.
Okay, you know? The white power.
Yeah, well, it's not white power, not white power, but some kind of an okay game where if they look,
can we say that on YouTube?
Oh, you talking about the upside down?
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
that's upside down.
So, my oldest daughter, who's at the U.S. Naval Academy, was at the Army Navy game, and they were all playing that game. You know, we're like, hey, we're playing upside down thing, and if you look, I get to punch you. You know, I'm going to punch you in the shoulder or punch you in the chest.
Used to be like
and the media blew all that up into being white power. Navy's white power, Army's white power, blah blah blah. It's all racist, and all it was a stupid fucking game about do this.
To play.
Actually, no, it wasn't about the game. It wasn't about the game. What it was, and it was a group out of the country. They made the comment. They said, "We're gonna do this," and
on Reddit,
power to see how many people fall for it. It was actually a group of people who did it. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't the game. It was literally, we're gonna see how many people fall for this shit. And they announced it. That was the bad part. They announced it and said, we're gonna see how many people believe that this is white power. That shit lasted for almost a year, even to the point that Geraldo Rivera went on the fucking television.
We don't act like
there's a bunch of white power like this.
We don't act like
no.
We gonna act like she don't do that regularly.
Yeah, he was like, that's not real. They said they got pictures of Obama doing it. So you telling me Obama is white power? And he was like,
it was just a stupid fucking game, like a gotcha game. You know, like, oh, if you look, basically, I get to punch you in the shoulder. That's all it was. And then they had to investigate the U.S. Naval Academy and Army West Point to see how many white racists were there at the football game. And all it was a stupid fucking game. So there goes that's about your perception, like you guys are talking about. Context and perception. What is reality? You know, that was just my example I could think of. Because that was
whoever seen Beverly Hills Cop?
That was a really sensitive subject in my house for a long time because of that.
Yeah, who's ever seen Beverly Hills Cop?
Love that movie.
You remember the incident where the dudes were trying to rob the strip club?
Yes.
What did Eddie Murphy do?
Yeah.
So he's white power too? Like, shut up.
Right.
That dude is black as the ace of spades. He's about as white power as
Can we say that on Facebook? Can we say that on here?
But you know what? I think when you look at, and that's a good conversation to have too, a really good one. What's the difference between who eating some? All right, I don't know.
Are you
smuggling? What's the difference between who? Me?
No, someone smuggling somebody. Like they put a bag over their head.
Yeah. Here we go. Can I ask what Jacob Noll's phenotype is? I don't know what that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. You made me look at that word. What is phenotype?
That's some new stuff, man. That's some of that new age stuff, man. I don't know.
I gotta Google that. Wait a minute.
Everybody pull their phones out.
Here we go. I think that when we look at the difference between context and perception, like context causes you to think, perception causes you to assume. Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
It's fair. Perception does lead to assumption because technically perception is based off your experience.
Your reality. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're true.
You know,
and so
go. You see it all the time. Like I think I told you, I was at a local gun range and a gun went off in the lobby. I was the only person who ducked. Everyone else stood around trying to see what the hell was going on. And people looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, y'all not used to gunfire. Right. If you used to gunfire, your ass is going to find something to get behind, not go, what was that? So, again, everyone's reality isn't the same. Perception is only based on your experience. Like we've said before on multiple shows, training is the residue of experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And training is the one thing that could combat innocent ignorance. I mean, self-inflicted ignorance and innocent ignorance too.
Right.
You know?
Like when you hear people talk about active shooters. Well, technically they're active threats, but people still call them active shooters.
Somebody still in a big car.
One of the things that's always said is we thought we heard gunshots, but we weren't sure. You thought you heard something and you didn't react.
Dude, there's a Netflix show, and it's about a shooting that happened in Cleveland, where a car.
Not a shooting in Cleveland.
Fair enough. But there is a car that backfired by one of the police stations, and it caused this long.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
led to these two black folks getting killed.
They were actually already getting chased, though.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. It was so much, and I don't want to bring up too much more of the show, but I think that's
it's based on a real case, though.
Got what it's called.
Man, give me a name. I'm going to Netflix right now looking for it.
Matter of fact, let me go to Netflix.
It's actually based off a real event, though. I remember debating about it in school.
Yeah, I feel you on that, but can I get a name about you?
I didn't watch the Netflix special. I'm sorry, I don't know.
But I think that's a good. Y'all just gave me a good discussion to have with my son over context versus perception.
Yes.
Hey, hey, Crystal, 137 shots. 137 shots. That's what it's called.
Oh, I shall look for this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm afraid to ask. Was there literally 137 shots?
Yeah, there were.
Yeah, there was a few cops that fired.
Yeah.
God damn. I mean, darn.
No. Yep. What?
So we were talking about porn a minute ago.
Oh wow, this came out.
We were not talking about that. Yes. Anyway, but context versus perception. That's. I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on that, guys. That is really something.
No, it's something fair. It's something that we all really do. We really should incorporate because it does. It's something that makes sense.
Yeah. And it's not just about concealed carry, but life in general.
Exactly.
Every day, whenever you interact with anybody in general, whether it's concealed carry or not,
helps you gain a trained eye.
Yeah, positive, neutral, negative perception, and then context. Because context loves, Mo. Hey, you right. You are right on that. Give Marquise his flowers. Marquise is a knowledgeable man. He speaks as well as questions to seek clarification, and we all do, Mo. I think it's been a minute since I've gone because I was in jail, Facebook Live. So we've been on YouTube. So that was 8? That was 60 days. So that was 8 episodes, or about 6 episodes. We was gone for the Christmas break. So about 6 episodes that wasn't on Facebook. But there's been a lot of, you see it, right? Look at the 32, 31 people still in it. And we are 19 minutes past our normal 2-hour in. And that's just how much value this panel brings to each other and hopefully to you all. positive, neutral, negative perception. I'm definitely adding that to my, because I already add a lot of stuff to it, but I'm gonna find a way to scoot this in, because and then the context versus perception, because more people act on perception than they act on context, because it's easy to assume, it's hard to think.
Right. But here's the question then: what would be can we say that the equivalent of perception can also be not my circus, not my monkeys?
But everybody's nosy. You even said it.
Right.
Shots fired, you ducked. Everybody's like, where did shit come from? Who got the blick? So
the blick. Yeah, because you know, like for example, I kid you not. In the UTM course that I took on Saturday, my
I hate you.
My forget you. My training part was we were a convenience store. And I had to set up the scenario for the convenience store. So what I did on purpose was I gave my students a bag to put in one hand and 2 bags of chips to put in the other. And they had to deal with the situation as it occurred. I had one gentleman out of 3. When the shit hit the fan right in front of him, he quietly placed the bags down and left. I was like, index, high five.
Perfect. Nice. Yep.
And he was like, what? I'm like, dude, you quietly put the bag down and left.
Nice.
The next thing you would have done, in my opinion, I'm guessing you would have called the police, right? He says, yeah. I said it earlier. And I told the class that we talk about certain scenarios. Not my circus, not my monkeys. If you ain't got shit to do with it, don't put yourself in that situation where you have to be accountable for doing something that you had nothing to do with.
4 words. Remember these 4 words. Not my fucking problem. And just walk out. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah. And I think what happens is that some of us in certain backgrounds, we put ourselves in situations because of our background. We have experience. Again, training is a residue of experience. We have experience being put and thrown into certain situations where we have to react.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't turn that shit off.
You can't help it. Sometimes you can't help it.
You can't turn it off. And I understand that concept. But I'm going to say it again, though. Just because your background says that you are able and capable
doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean you throw that cape on.
Nope.
Even Superman don't take a swim in a kryptonite pool.
I got a good example for you. If you guys got time, if you want to hear it.
Yeah, we got time.
I got a good example.
We up.
So let's say you walk into a convenience store. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we hear you. Yep.
I'm on my phone. Let's say you walk into a convenience store, and the first thing you see when you walk in the door is a young black man holding a gun, pointing a gun at a young white girl who's behind the counter. So the black guy with a gun is on the customer side of the counter. The young white girl is on the employee side of the counter. Okay. And this is a true story. This really happened. And so you, as a concealed carry holder, think, oh my God, the black guy is robbing the white girl. And I pull my gun out and I shoot him dead. And I'm a hero. I'm a fucking hero. I just saved this white girl's life. Really, what happened was the black guy, that was his store. He was the manager of the store. And he was really busy. All day he'd been busy with customers. And he finally got a break from customers. And so he goes to the bathroom. Okay. While he is in the bathroom, a white girl who just got out of prison on parole, just dropped off at the bus station, walks into the store to buy a pack of cigarettes, sees that there's nobody there because he's in the bathroom. She goes around the counter and starts robbing their place. The black guy comes out of the bathroom. The manager of the store sees that he's being robbed, holds her at gunpoint, calls 911. That's when you walked in and saw, oh my God, I'm going to be a fucking hero and shoot somebody. And you just shot the manager of the store. That's a true story. And I use that in every class about perception. and misperception. And unless you know exactly, unless you are 100% fucking confident on who is who, what could you have done? Besides drawing your gun and shooting somebody, what should you have done? Maybe back up, call 911, right? Be a good witness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing that I use. That's one of the examples I use.
And that's a perfect example of positive, neutral, negative.
Exactly.
Is that we have to address certain things that cause us to see certain things certain ways, Yeah.
Well,
by the way,
hold on. This would have determined it, though.
By the way, that guy is doing life in prison now for murder because he shot the owner of the store, the manager of the store.
Yeah. And the thing is, that goes back to the whole, if you didn't have a gun, what would you have done type of scenario. Because I'm going to tell you like, what would have separated that? You know what would have separated?
Yeah.
Is she dressed like a person who works at the store versus the guy pointing a gun who's looking like the person who works at the store? I mean, think about it. If you go to Walgreens, what's the one thing that's common amongst everyone behind the counter?
Everybody wearing a uniform. Yep. I'll give you one.
Yeah, but again, there's context to that one, because how many gas stations have you walked in and everyone's just wearing their normal everyday freaking clothes?
Well, I thought you said Walgreens. It was a gas station?
No, yeah, he said it was a gas station.
Oh, the one that I know of, the one I was talking about, Marquise, that was a gas. It was like a convenience store, like a 7-Eleven or a Huck's or a Casey's. A guy walks in, he sees a guy pointing a gun
down there. He said Casey's
across the counter to the girl, and he drew his own concealed carry gun, shot him dead. But what he didn't know, he didn't know the fucking facts. He didn't know the circumstances.
Right.
He didn't know the details. And who he shot, he thought was a robber, but in fact, it was the owner of the store.
Right. That should have been don't take your ass in there, call the police scenario.
Right. You walk in, you got a chance to walk out. Walk out. Get the fuck out of there. Call 911. And tell them
like Jake said.
Think
like Jake said, he's seen him and he wanted to be a hero.
Who remembers the incident in Crestwood with the AT&T store?
No. Yes.
The AT&T store. So somebody was robbing the AT&T store in Crestwood.
That old man.
The old man saw the robbery, stayed outside, and told people, "Don't go in. I got this." No. It ain't good.
It ain't good.
Don't go in. I got this.
So far, so good.
When the guy runs out the back door, the older gentleman went into the store, gave chase, and shot as the man was running away. He missed every shot, which was the blessing. He missed every shot, which was the blessing. Because you can't shoot someone that flee.
Yes.
Right.
So because he missed every shot, which was awesome, the police heard the gunshot and knew where to go to get the perpetrator. But what was his initial thing? Don't go in there. I got this.
I'll give you another example. If you got time for one more example, then I'll be done. But let's say you're walking across a parking lot. Let's say you're at a restaurant, maybe Applebee's, and you're coming across the parking lot. You paid your bill. You've left the restaurant. You're walking across the parking lot to go back to your car, and you hear somebody yelling and screaming, and they're yelling, "Help! Help! They're going to kill me! Help! They're going to kill me!" And you go investigate, and you see two big dudes wrestling around on the ground against one little guy. And so you're like, "Oh my God, they're going to kill that guy. They're going to kill him." So you draw your firearm and you shoot to save the little guy who's screaming, "Help, help, help. They're going to kill me." And the little guy gets up and runs away. Right. And what you find out later is you just shot two parole agents who are trying to get this guy back under arrest, back into custody because he violated parole. Right. Or two undercover agents who are trying to get this guy under arrest.
Yep.
So that's why I say, if you don't know exactly who is who, remember these 4 words: not my fucking problem.
And another thing,
take cover.
Yeah.
Take cover, call 911, and be a good witness. That's all you got to do. You're not duty bound to be a hero. I'm not training you to be a Green Beret. I'm not training you to be a SWAT team member. I'm training you. That gun is there for one fucking reason only, to protect you and your loved ones. That's it. If you get into that third person defense, leave it alone unless you are 100% sure who is who.
I'm going to take it one step further. Avoid classes that involve only shooting. What I mean by this is that there are other options like verbal commands, or
90% of it.
Or there's like, I've heard or seen certain videos on force. And I'm like, okay, you call it training, but what I'm seeing is an adult shooting gallery, an adult arcade. Because every scenario was a shooting scenario. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Right. So, for example, I won't name the company, but there's a video of a coffee shop. There are people sitting down in the coffee shop. All of a sudden, this woman runs in screaming, "Help, help, help. He's after me." The dude runs in, people get involved, and they wrestle the dude down. And in my mind, I was stuck. Number one, not my monkeys, not my circus.
Right.
Number two, what if she stole his wallet and ran into the restaurant looking for help? What if she was like Jacob gave the example? What if she was a parolee running from her parole officer, and all of a sudden you jump in her parole officer?
Exactly.
So I'm just a firm believer. I'm gonna say this so wholeheartedly, as a person who does executive protection. If it ain't got shit to do with you or your client,
leave it alone.
Yep.
LIG.
Forward.
Let it go.
And
with you. Get your Elsa on. Let it go. Let it go. Spin around.
Not my fucking problem.
And you look at it, but I want to bring up a point that Mo Brandon on Facebook brought up too. You look at this. Remember the situation that happened in Robbins with
the security guard?
Yes, the security guard
Jamel Robertson.
Who got shot by the Midlothian police officer, and they wanted to argue, well, he's security. Yeah, he was security, but he didn't have on anything that identified him under the influence of stress. And when you don't have on anything that identifies you to another decision maker under the influence of stress, and that officer sees you with the gun, and then you have auditory exclusion, he has auditory exclusion, he's shouting commands, you're likely not hearing it because you're trying to attempt the apprehension where you don't have a duty to actually apprehend that person, but you are being a hero who is untrained in, what do I say all the time? If y'all have heard me say this is chess. You got to think 3 steps ahead of your next move. And you didn't think 3 steps ahead of the gun that you went to the car to get to put this person down. All right, freeze, don't move. But now you got this person down, and you forgot that us cops know that after the gun comes the handcuffs. After the handcuffs and the detention comes you go into the car. After the car goes to the station. After the station goes to the lockup. Then we take your property. Then we pat you down again. Then we pat you down again some more. And then you're done. Send the cell. Bring your ass back out of here. You pat down some more. And then after we pat you down, then we put you in the cell and go get you a cheeseburger and a fry from McDonald's while we process you, because we are not Chicago and we don't have detention aids. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, fuck, I wanted to do nothing tonight, but shit, you had to fuck up. So now we got to go on ahead. And I'm getting off base. You know what I'm saying?
But
right.
Yes,
but
Mike, you're right. Imagine this. Imagine you're in a store and you hear gunshots on the other side of the store. Okay, on the other end of the store. Now you got 2 options. Do I run down to the other end of the store and figure out what's going on and be a fucking hero? Or do I go out? Do I get out the closest exit? Right. So now you decide, I'm going to run down to the other end of the store and be a fucking hero. because I got a concealed carry license. But maybe there's an off-duty cop, a retired cop, and another concealed carry holster guy there, right? Concealed carry guy. Right. Now you're running around the store with a gun. Nobody knows who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. Nobody fucking knows. So you got the potential of a good guy shooting another good guy.
Right.
Because nobody knows who's who.
Yes.
In that chaos. In that fucking chaos, nobody knows who's who. Because it's not like you run around with a badge going, oh, look at me. I got a concealed carry license. You're running through the store. You're going to get shot by some other good guy who's trying to be a hero. Too many fucking heroes and not enough training. And that's a perfect recipe to get somebody shot. Too many fucking heroes and not enough training. That's what gets people shot. So get the fuck out of there.
Now, Mo, I get what you're saying, and I love the fact that she is playing. This is my friend. We've been friends since high school. Love her. She is playing devil's advocate, not really playing. This is, what she's saying. If a person is yelling help, you really gonna think, well, maybe she stole his wallet. Come on, gentlemen. I get what you're saying, Mo, but what we are addressing is the people that, like Jacob said, you got your concealed carry license and you don't have enough training to discern the difference between others. See, those of us who are out there, especially in the streets, responding to calls, responding to other things like that, you know what I'm saying? We can see 3 steps ahead of the next move because we've seen so much of the stuff before. We're able to see, for the most part, if a person's bullshitting or if it's not. If it's a person yelling help, then if they're claiming that this took place, then there should be other things that go with this particular thing. And if these other things are not present in that scene, then that's just a bullshit cry for help. We could see past that because we're trained. We are addressing those folks who have zero training and they operate clearly on perception and no context because their training has not given them a contextual memory bank to pull from under stress. Because you ain't rising to no occasion, you're sinking to the lowest level of your training. And if you don't have that training, you don't have context and an encyclopedia to pull from. So all you have is perception, and you're operating on assumption, and that's what gets shit fucked up.
Yep. Like, for example, with some of us with our training, we can probably intervene and not have to draw a firearm.
Yes, and I've done it. Plenty of
us understand that these come first, but technically this comes first before these come out.
Yes, sir.
Whether it be hands, feet, or gun, we still want to use this first to make sure we understand what we're about to get into and what's next. Personally, I'm sorry. I've been into too many incidents where I assisted and I almost got sued.
Exactly.
Or the person didn't press charges. So I personally have been burned enough to know that for certain shit.
Yeah. Hey, you just gotta dead your conscience, because I'm just telling you, that whole getting into it, like when I was a police officer and off duty, I would try to. Now there has to be a great degree of context that's present before me for me to intervene, or I have to have a real interest in it, or it's got to be a kid, or it's got to be an older lady. Like I got a neighbor who lives around the corner from me. She's got my number. If she called me right now, without fail, I'm off. Y'all can continue to talk. This is all you would see. You would see nothing. I would go around and help her. Yep. And you know what I'm saying? Because that's my neighbor. She's an elderly person. But if it ain't a kid or if it ain't an elderly person, and even in the context of helping a woman, right? You got to be careful in how you help that woman, because I had a true story. I swear to God, and I wish some of my students who were like here in that class would attest to this. I was talking about, in our communities, I hate to say it, but we don't help women. We don't help this. We don't help that. And then as soon as I said that shit, I'm on 79th Street, and right outside, it was hot outside, so the windows was open, and we heard an argument, and the argument was so loud, they were damn near fighting right by the fragrance shop that was across the street. And as soon as all the students got up and looked outside the window and saw that shit, Guess who the fuck they looked at? Me.
You.
And they was like, here's your chance. I'm like, fuck. So what I had to do, I went downstairs and then I went across and I was like, come on, man. Y'all need have to do this right here, man. I was like, you know what? Cooler heads prevail. Y'all love each other. Y'all just mad at each other. And then the guy was like, Mike, I follow you on Facebook. I was like, all right, cool, man. What's up? Hey, my class just heard me talk about domestics. Come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
You
pull
out here committing a domestic.
Yes, I didn't pull out no gun. And what happened? He went that way. She went that way. Now, did they probably meet around the corner? Fuck yes. But
not in front of you.
She didn't get her ass whooped. I'm just saying. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the whole thing. It's like
I've definitely been. I've definitely been shot at for that.
Right.
Right.
And we're not. And
again,
we're not saying that we won't be willing to help people if we understand the situation. All we're saying is this: without evaluation, we're not jumping in with both feet in the pool. We're not. And in my personal opinion, neither should you. Because I don't know how well trained anyone else is over than the other. But again, you have to take an accountability of mental, physical, financial, and public opinion. Those are the 4 fights you're about to have right now. Mental, physical, emotional, because again, mental health, and public opinion. If those 4 fights that if what you're about to do, you can't fight all 4 of those things at once, get the hell on. Because I'm telling you now, unless you, and we've talked about this multiple times on this show, one of my biggest pet peeves, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Facts. Most people say that shit and won't bust a grape in a fruit fight.
Yes. And that's what Mo just said too.
And you always got to ask yourself, is what I'm about to do worth going to jail over? Or is what I'm about to do worth dying over? And if it's no and no, then I'm not doing it. I mean,
but Mo, I got to give you some context with this because she said, and she called me on it, Mike, you've always said, don't carry a gun if you're not going to do shit. Once we are carriers, we do have a responsibility to help those that can't protect themselves. Now, I agree in part and disagree in part because the context wherein I said that was the Walmart shooting in El Paso, Texas, right? Where in that situation, you had a clearly identifiable active shooter in the Don't Mess with Texas state, where that was a clear, if any time was a time to do some shit, that was a time to do it, and nobody in there was able to bust a grape. Yes, I lost my shit on that one, okay? In that clearly identifiable context, I wouldn't say we have a responsibility to do it, but I would say if you can get the shot off, that's definitely a green light, right? I see people like us on this panel, we've got experience beyond the instructor. We've got experience beyond that. We've signed oaths that have us having a responsibility to others greater than ourselves. So we are likely to, of course, in the right time and place, context given, take that extra step. What we are talking to and who we are talking to is to people who are like, all right, I'm ready. And then you point that gun, click, shit, nothing in here. Ah! And now you rack the slide, and now you put it around in the chamber because your ass don't believe carrying around in the chamber is something that you should do. And now you done fucking forgot about that goddamn context. And now that shooter saw you press that trigger, and now you done freaked the fuck out because you haven't practiced your malfunctions clearances. Like, you shot, your kid shot, everybody else shot because you were able to take that shot. You just weren't all the way prepared because you don't believe in carrying a motherfucking round in the chamber. That's what I'm talking about. And that's just one particular context where people chest. You see what I'm saying? I yield. Go.
Look here. My life insurance.
I mean, again, that goes back to everything that we've already been saying, and we said it 1,000 times over. The thing of it is anyone that's going to go through and just take the 16-hour class, you know what I mean? Or they were around when concealed carry first came around, and they got signed off on. They didn't even do 16 hours of training. They got signed off on.
Yes.
You know what I mean, I had somebody show up to my advanced class that literally said he got signed off on. I had to spend 2 hours of an advanced class going over how to clear stoppages or malfunctions, however you want to word it.
Wow.
Because he had no idea.
And then how many people actually don't listen to it? Like, oh my God.
And then had to go through and show him how to draw out of a holster. So he's been concealed carrying for almost 5 years and had no idea how to draw out of a holster.
Wow.
Yep. One of my literally, and again, I have people who are witnesses to this. Yes, very true. Miss
Megan.
Megan?
True. Yes,
yeah.
Megan.
But I'm gonna take 2 steps on what John just said. One of my longest renewal classes was 8 hours. Mm-hmm. Gentlemen, how long is the renewal class labeled for the Illinois State?
3 hours.
I taught an 8-hour renewal course because I had 5 people who were just given carte blanche, and they walked in. They were given a certificate 5 years ago. I had one of the students in that class was an older woman with a musket, and what I mean by that is she would fire the gun, tap rack, fire the gun, tap rack, fire the gun, tap rack. I was like, what is wrong with your gun?
I had one today.
It was a 22, but she never knew why her gun didn't work properly. She just always the whole time.
That's how I run my high point.
A single shot automatic.
30 because
I said a single shot automatic.
I said only shoot 10 rounds at these 3 different distances. He shot 35 rounds at one distance. And the other guy, who was prior military, loaded his magazines backwards, which I did not know was possible from a military member. But again, I'm going to take it a step further. Mike said Walmart in El Paso, okay? There is a video, and I can't remember the state. Again, Walmart. There's a gentleman in the front of the Walmart banking at whatever bank is at that Walmart. A gentleman walks in with a bag across his body and a gun in his hand. No one sees it. There's a woman pushing a shopping cart right behind him. He walks into Walmart. He throws up a couple of licks. Bow, bow, bow. Everybody usually has 3, maybe 4 reactions. Run, duck, hide, fight.
Yep.
One of the 4.
Run, hide,
fight. One of the 4 reactions. Okay. Yep. So hearing that, there's a guy who's sitting at the bank decides, and you can hear him when the shots go off, the man physically jumps in the air. His feet comes off the ground. He's like, whoa. He decides, I'm going to be the hero. Ooh. He walks down the Walmart aisles looking for the shooter.
Yes.
He pushes the woman out the way, pushing the cart. He gets ready to fire.
And she was the sleeper. Yes. I remember that video.
He took one to the back of the head. Yep. Come to find out, they were a couple who was on a robbery spree.
Yes.
True story. Not a situation. Not a fucking made up story. Not an over the top anything. It's a real effing story.
Yes. Yes.
When I tell you that if you don't know or understand what you're walking into, this is the shit that I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes.
He wrote his own ticket. Guess what he did though? He died a hero. But what did he do first? Died.
Yeah. Just like Jamel Roberson. Died a hero, but he died
a hero. You stepped up to the plate, but again, you died a hero.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this: if you don't have the experience or the training or the ability to perceive what your capabilities are, not your monkeys, not your circus.
Yep. Exactly.
It ain't got shit to do with you. Now, when it comes to your family on the line, I'm not going to ever dictate to you what to say, what to do. It's your family. Okay?
Right.
It's your family. But now take this next step. Would my interference cause death or great bodily harm to them?
Yep.
Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing and I'm running off adrenaline. Or how my man John say, chemical cocktail.
Yep.
And a smart person will, if I know that you are a little bit more prepared, but I see you got liabilities, I'm gonna hit your liabilities and make you get distracted and then take you while you're distracted.
Yep. Think about every movie. Man, think about every fucking movie that comes out.
Yep.
Take me, leave my family alone.
Pop, shoot
Humans, electricity,
right.
and water all have one thing in common: the path of least resistance.
Right.
So if I'm your resistance and I'm saying, take me, leave my family alone, I kill you, and the movie's over. Because you were my resistance.
Yeah.
Think about every Harrison Ford movie that had his family.
They try to kill my wife.
Get off my plane. Hulk smash. Dude, stop.
Right.
If those movies were real, take me, leave my family alone. Bah.
Right.
Roll credits.
That's it. And then your family like, oh my God.
But and the thing is this, and don't pretend, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna leave it alone, but don't pretend y'all don't watch the same movies everyone else is watching, where we praise the vigilante, do a vigilante shit because it does not show what happens next, which is I ain't talking about Wakanda Forever. I'm talking about some goddamn handcuffs. Okay? It's handcuffs. When you don't know or understand what's going on, you can try to put on that cape if you want to, but again, I'm not saying I'm scared of jail.
Right here.
I'm not saying I praise jail.
Right.
I'm saying simply this. If it's a situation that I can avoid and keep everyone safe at the same time,
Yep. Exactly.
I'm out.
Yep.
My wife understands when we go out, she's my principal.
Yes.
She's my principal. If something happens in the restaurant we're at, as long as it's not at this table, they can have whatever the fuck they want to go.
Yep.
They there for the money. They there for this. They're there for that. They come over there and say, hey, give me your wallet. He go some cash. I can't give you my wallet, though. He's got my driver's license here. Here goes some cash. But if where I need to go is out and they're in the way of us being out,
Desto, text me. I got you. Okay, keep going.
That's a different story.
Yeah.
But like I said, background training experience.
Right.
Plays totally different.
And I get what you're saying, Mo. I feel different. I protect those who are around me at any given time. I don't carry to allow people to be trespassed against. Mo, I definitely get what you're saying. You've always been that kind of person, even when we were younger, to look out for other people and their welfare. So I definitely get what you're saying. And we're not saying stop it. We're just saying that where you live.
Precautious.
Yeah, just be cautious. That's all. Mo is great.
You better be 100% sure who the other people are before you interject yourself into that scenario.
Yeah.
You better be 100% sure what's going on before you subject yourself to that.
Yeah. And she is. She's definitely
she seems like she means well, yeah.
Yeah. You said, what's our take on Dale at Detroit Urban Survival Tactics? Yeah, we ain't got time to go through that.
That's another hour.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. Shout out to Dust.
Never heard of him. Don't give a fuck. Never heard of him. Don't care.
Chicago Urban Survival Training. You know it's coming down. Right. Crust. Chicago Resistance Urban Survival Training. Look. All right, we get up out of here. All show that we have had, but the content was too great to end that shit. And I'm glad we didn't, because I got it, Justo. The content was too great to end it, and this is some great stuff. So, every Thursday, shit, 8 to 10, unless we go past 10, like we did tonight. The shit was too great.
Every Wednesday.
What the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Wednesday. Thursday is my All About Children workshop group. That is also amazing too. So,
Hey, Mike.
What's up,
Mike?
Yes.
I told you about a year ago. Send me some of your books, and I will distribute them down here to our libraries and our schools.
Say that.
Because
Yes.
my wife
Do you
is
have
a
any new
Spanish
books
teacher.
out?
Hang on. My wife's a Spanish teacher at a couple schools, and she's a tutor at a couple libraries. So if you send me some books, I can get them out down here if you want to. That's
No, I
told
will.
you
I will.
a
You
year ago.
surely did say that, Jacob, and I will send that down there, and I graciously appreciate the offer. Yeah, you asked me, did I have any a newer book? Yeah, I do have a new book. This is the newest release right here. It's on Amazon, and I also have it. Whose Fault Not Mine. You want to teach your kids about accountability? Hell, if you want to teach them about accountability and read about accountability yourself, whose fault not
read
mine?
it for your damn self.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm just saying. I get it.
Mike.
You
Mike.
said night. Yes, I'm sorry. Huh? Go ahead, Jacob.
You should do a children's book on gun safety.
You know what? You are the 300th person to say that. So that's my next book. That is my
Fucking
next
do
book.
it. Just
That's
do
my
it.
next. That's my next book. And yes, Megan, I will respond to you. I'm so sorry. You know what? I am an extremely, extremely busy person. These guys know. I see Kiwan and Marquise all the time. John, I see him ever so often. Jacob, we coming down in to see you for sure, because you definitely provide a lot of good content. We got to come down there and shoot some shots and hit the range with you and stuff.
Good.
But
shoot, move, give commands, verbal commands. I can shoot from the vehicle.
Yeah,
I can do anything you want to.
so we definitely doing all that. But this is my newest release. The paperback is only like $6 on Amazon, y'all. Like $6, $6.50. Don't make it expensive. Was that a fart? I heard.
Wasn't me.
Hey, it's supposed to be whose fault, not mine, not whose fart, not mine. Oh God. So don't forget John's class. Marquise is gonna have some classes coming up, stuff like that. Yes, I will send you that, Mo. I will send you that as well. Megan, I will send you that. And yes, to answer your question, is your Thursday night group online, Mike? Yes, it is online. It is online. So Megan, I think I got your number or whatnot. Text me so that I can send you the information, because I got to send out some emails before I even go to sleep tonight. Let me go ahead and let y'all go, so we can go and get some sleep, because we didn't definitely want an hour past, but the conversation was so great. Y'all close it out so we can go ahead and go get something to eat and some shit.
I bet. So my name is Marquise. I'm with P6 Firearms Training. We teach the concealed carry classes, as well as advanced training, as well as blade training, as well as de-escalation training, which is very important. We also will be doing a renewal class this Monday morning. That's coming up, whatever day Monday is, which I believe is Martin Luther King Day, which is a great day to come out and come do some stuff anyway. 10 a.m. at the CCI, the Concealed Carry Institute in Madison. And we'll also be doing a RSO course January 22nd at the same facility. Everything is on Facebook and on my website, so just hit us up.
That's it. That's it.
Wow. Why the tiger looks like Marquise, though? That's what we all.
Oh, hell. Oh, you talking about Tiger?
He was incorporated into the book.
Your tiger on your book, I guess.
Oh, hell no. Wait, I didn't even get a chance to see. Oh, that's not. They don't like no damn Marquise. That's
the
crazy.
posturing. You got to do the posturing too. Come on, give us the arm spread.
Don't do that to Mike the Tiger. Don't do that to Mike the Tiger. Yes. All right, here we go. Who else gonna close it out?
I just want to say goodnight to everybody. It was great being back on here.
All right, we'll do.
All right.
Go ahead.
Down with Guardian Concepts. Just like we talked about earlier, we got that Lethal Encounters for Armed Defenders class, our seminar coming up on February 5th. Reach out to us if you want to attend that one. February 6th is our next Tactical Emergency Casualty Care Certification class. Basically, stop the bleed. Our next CCL class is February 19th and 20th. Obviously, as you can see, majority of stuff is in February. That is because come Sunday, we will be flying out to SHOT Show. So if we do go live next week, I may very well go live from Vegas at SHOT Show and give some live updates on what's going on with stuff and kind of talk about what's out there and kind of go from there. I do have an event next Tuesday at SHOT Show with another wonderful insurance company, USCCA. It's supposed to have an after-hours event with the ownership, presidential, CEO, all that good stuff of USCCA. So we'll see how that goes.
That's just gonna be amazing.
And then, yeah, like I said, I'll update obviously as we see fit. I'll have posts up throughout the week on different things as time becomes available. And then, yeah, like I said, check us out. Follow us on Facebook, Guardian Concepts LLC, so we can stay up to date on all the classes.
Absolutely. I should have reacted to the going to SHOT Show, but I fucked up. All right. So we'll be going to SHOT Show 2027. I'm just playing. All right. Damn it. All right. Jacob ends with you. Y'all know MikeBrownsClass.com, Mike Brown's books. Yay. Right.
Well, hey guys, my name is Jake Noel, and it was a pleasure and an honor to be on with you, Mike, as always. Mike, Marquise, John, everybody. I spent 32 years in uniform, 3 combat tours, 25 years of state law enforcement, SWAT team commander, a bunch of really cool stuff I got to do. But now I'm 53 and I'm old and I'm broke down. So all I can do now is share a lifetime of experience with good law-abiding citizens. That's all I try to do now. And I don't have any classes coming up. Probably sometime in March. I'll start training again sometime in March, whether it's 10-year-old kids or 7, 8-year-old great grandmas. You know, I love teaching everybody. It's a pleasure and an honor to teach and to train and to share. And it really is a passion. It's not about making money. It's not a job. It's just a passion on helping others learn how to defend themselves. And that's why I do it. I don't do it to make money. Matter of fact, I don't make money. I do it just to help others out. And to me, that's what it's all about. So y'all stay safe up there, way, way up there in northern Illinois. I'm down here in Williamson County in the 618 area code. Closer to Kentucky. I'm way south of Springfield, bro. I don't even know where Springfield is. It's so far north.
Damn. So you're close to Cairo?
Yes. I used to work with a bunch of guys. Yes. That's Alexander County. Yes.
Is that Metropolis like the big Superman, like right before you get into Paducah?
Paducah, yeah. Illinois is on Metropolis is on one side of the river, and then you cross the river, and then you're in Paducah. So yeah, I'm right there.
Are you on I-24? Is that what that is?
I-24 and I-57. There's 2 interstates that come through here. But
I know exactly where you are because when I used to be stationed in Fort Campbell, I used to drive through there to go through. Yes. I know where you are. I'm definitely coming down there. That's a fucking 8-hour drive, but I like long drives, so I'm coming down there.
8 fucking hours. Yep. That's it. Come on down. Y'all come on down, see me anytime you want to. I'd love it. I'd be honored. Stay at my house. I don't care. You ain't got to pay a hotel room. Stay at my place.
All right. Well, that'll work. That always works.
For all of y'all. Any of you guys. Always.
All right.
Bring the shake and charcoal.
It has been a pleasure. This has been a great show. We are 3 hours and 4 minutes, which means this shit was good. This was some good shit. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Happy New Year again. Come back next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Trigger with Instructor Mike and these wonderful value-adding friends And you all in the comments. Love all y'all. We are out because we got to get something to eat. Old, fat, and slim. And